That's
you
true.
make
Yeah.
Have you guys been talking to each other a lot? Like you sound like Fed now.
Yeah.
it. Me?
Yes.
Why?
That's literally what I
That's
say
what
all
he
the time.
says all the time.
Listen, you can't love others without loving yourself first.
Yeah.
She really talked to you about this, dude.
Because if you know your own worth, so if other people ever treat you badly, you'll know that you won't stand for that anymore.
Have you?
You know what I mean?
You've
Because you
been
know your own
consulting her
worth.
on this side, dude?
Oh, you're on
I don't
board.
know.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay, I didn't hit him.
Whew.
But
Self-respect.
How did we get to relationships again?
I was
it's
talking
like
about
I was
New
saying,
Year's
Year's
about
and,
me.
like,
Yeah,
talking.
yeah.
I think relationships are fun to talk about.
Yeah,
though,
they
in
are.
general.
Yeah.
It's just like it's so universal. Everyone wants like,
Okay.
someone. Whatever.
Wait. So, how many of our associate friend group got married this year?
Oh,
Was it just-
Edison and Leslie.
What?
Our
Married, right?
fiance.
I guess
Oh,
they're
okay.
proposed,
You're
right?
engaged. Sorry.
How many marriages do you think will happen within our friend group for next year? Is it just gonna be
One,
one?
probably, right?
Do you guys like weddings? Like going to weddings?
I used
I'm gonna be
to.
honest. I can't remember ever going to a wedding.
Last
I've
wedding.
only got the one
I
serious
can't
one.
remember.
Oh, really?
Last wedding I went to was Chris. No.
Chris and Pekka's?
Was it? Oh
That's
yeah, it
3
was.
years ago.
Yeah.
That was fun.
a lot of
That
weddings.
was
I've
like
been
one
to
of my
two.
favorite
Yeah,
weddings.
I forgot
to
about
go
that
to.
one.
I love it because like I just see them and they're so in love and it's beautiful and I start crying my eyes out. And the free food.
I was gonna say the open bar is nice.
Oh yes, the bar is nice too and the food is nice. But it's just really cute. It's very nice. You wish them happiness and hope that they last. Because a lot of, marriages end in divorce.
So
More than half, some say.
We're really going back to depression. That was our last podcast topic.
Oh yeah, we gotta bring it.
no. So do you guys want kids?
No.
I thought you were about to say, "Do you guys want to kiss?" I was like, 'cause
Also no.
That's it.
Doesn't matter.
Let's go.
I think at some point maybe. Right
Maybe?
now, I can't function
Of course.
for myself
Oh.
alone, not
Okay.
let alone for other
Yeah,
people.
it's responsible. Yeah.
Fed,
Oh, for sure.
how many?
Two.
Only
Ah, you
Yeah.
have the number.
two guys,
I think
two
more
boys
than
or two
two
girls.
is like
A girl and a
so
boy
much
would be
easier.
nice.
Yeah.
A girl and a boy. Okay.
Yeah,
That's so cute. What about you?
I truly don't know. I'm leaning towards
Oh,
no.
but you're so young.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I
I'm
didn't-
leaning towards no, and it scares me because it's so like easy to fuck up a kid like in the head. Like you do like one thing wrong, it's like that was trauma for life.
Oh, I thought you meant. I was like,
We're not putting that. Bleep that out.
oh, okay, my bad. Bleep that out.
Yeah, I would be afraid that I'd be a bad parent.
All you can do is just
Yeah.
try your best.
And it's also a pretty fucky place to be alive right now. So I don't know if I would want to, like, I feel like it's getting harder to be alive as time goes on. Like, harder to grow up, kind of, in, like, as an environment. Like, social media is killing fucking whoever's,
I think it'd be cool to just have, like, someone
Someone to, like,
to
mentor.
shape and mold into
I
your
think
perfect
that's cool.
human
That is
person.
awesome. But then you get, like, some kid to mentor or something. That sounded like I said kid to mentor.
That's not. That's what I thought.
I mean,
that's what
that's
you said.
pretty
Yeah,
glass
kid
half
to mentor
empty.
is what I meant to say.
Interesting.
I've always liked the word progeny, and so I was like,
So you're drawn to it.
yeah, I'm drawn to it.
The only other option I would adopt or foster
Okay. Yeah.
because I think there are a lot of children in this world. That's like a win-win.
Yeah.
All right,
Exactly.
okay. We're pretty deep in the podcast, so this is where we come out the hard-hitting questions.
All right, let's go.
I'm just gonna make a statement, and you guys would say if you agree or disagree with this
Okay.
statement. Okay.
All right.
Okay, what is it?
While we're living together for next year, we will not have another animal.
Yes.
No. Ooh, all right. Let's talk about this. Let's talk.
Wait. Michael, what's your immediate?
Michael, look how cute Temmie
Wait.
is.
Shut up.
Wait. Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Like
as in-
realistically,
Look how cute Temmie is.
we're gonna have like a negative animal.
Are you? sweet?
Mimi's gonna go away
Oh my
in a
God.
happy little accident.
All right, you may speak, Lily Pichu.
I'd be open to getting a cat.
Yeah, no shit. Sorry, keep going.
I don't know if I'd want another.
Listen, Temmie turned out fine after like a year. You just need to give me a year and I can do it. Also, puppies are like so much worse than kids. Like cats are so much easier. Puppies are like a year of just nonstop. It's like a child.
If
They're
it
a
was
child.
anything like Peter's cat, Peepo, I love it
Yeah,
forever.
like cats are just so much easier, I think, to take care of. I want to get another dog.
What? We were just talking about how good cats are. How did you get from cats to dogs?
Oh, are we talking about cats or dogs? I can't tell.
Cats.
Did you say I want to get another dog or I
No,
wouldn't
I
get
said
it?
I wouldn't get
Okay,
another
okay,
dog.
yeah.
Oh,
I
thought
misheard
you
it as well.
I thought you said I wanted to get another
No,
dog.
no, no, but not here. Like if I live on my own
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah,
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 sure.
okay,
but Not on, I cannot. I remember the stress I had from Temmie as a freaking puppy, and I want to like die. It was so hard.
Okay, Lily. So would you say that the animal cap is at 3 for you?
Me?
Capacity
Of the household?
for the household.
Yeah, I think 3 is a good number.
Okay.
My animals are so nice. I love my.
What
I
about
love
you,
my
But-
Michael? What's the animal capacity for our household?
I really don't care. Like, it's pretty hands off with Temmie and Mimi. Like, I don't have to worry about them. So, I mean, as long as it doesn't cause like any problems, I don't care.
So the number can go as high as you want.
I mean, I think realistically it could go to like 3 or 4. You know? Oh, I don't give a shit. You know,
Yeah, you don't
We'll
give
have
a
a talk
shit
afterwards.
until.
until it causes problems.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fed?
I'm fine with 2. That's good for me.
If it was my household, like I lived alone and stuff, my cat would be like 6.
Yeah. If I was alone, I'd definitely have my own pet,
6
for like
Pomeranians.
100%. But
Like, can you imagine 6 Temmies like running around?
Do you ever play Tokyo Jungle, where you can
Oh
play
my
as
God,
a
yes, the
pack of
Pomeranians.
Pomeranians and
God, I love that.
kill lions with? That's a
Gosh,
fun
that's
game.
so cute.
no. If I was living alone, for sure would have like my own pets, just because like I don't want to be a burden to like anyone.
I see.
I don't want my animal to be a burden to anyone.
Would you get like a big dog?
Like medium-sized dog.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be hard to have like a large animal here.
Mm,
It
That would,
really
be, that would be
would.
really tough.
Yeah.
I would
I'm glad you guys
love
are small.
a nice, like a large dog.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah.
But
Large animal, I think, would do well here.
I
'cause we have
would
a big
never
backyard.
want another animal to live with us. I think
Okay.
2 is our capacity.
Mhm.
Getting to 3 is like when stuff gets a little bit weird,
I see.
you know. And I think, 3 is like, well, Lily, that face you're making doesn't work on me.
I didn't make a face.
It
I
doesn't
just-
work on anyone else either.
I'm not making a face. I'm really not making a face here.
Okay.
I was
Well,
just thinking, doing.
so
I want an army of hamsters.
Hamsters are vicious little creatures.
Yeah.
I want you to know.
I want
this.
to do
They're-
like science
They're
things
not
with
nice
them.
creatures. They eat
Literally
their
a
babies.
science lab.
you can just get rats.
I
That's
guess.
what-
Rats are actually
yeah.
very intelligent.
They're smart,
creatures.
right? Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
smart.
I mean, that's why you do experiments on them.
That's
Because
so
they simulate
sad.
human people,
Tase
right?
rats.
I wouldn't hurt them.
Oh.
Just, experiments. The non-hurting kind.
Okay, Michael.
You know? Like,
Okay.
imagine, like, controlling where a group of rats go.
Would you say,
How cool would that be?
yeah, death is painless too, right? Sometimes.
Hopefully.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Holy shit.
Oh man,
Anyways,
so Christmas is coming up.
how do you guys want to die?
Those are so polar.
No.
How you guys want to die on Christmas this year?
I'm actually more interested in Lily's question.
Can I have a mint, please? They're very
Wait,
nice.
you really?
How do you want to die?
Jesus.
I want to strap myself to 5 sea turtles and have them pull my body across the Pacific.
Okay, Michael. That's nice.
You guys want a mint?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna die through ingesting too many mints. Enough to make my body overloaded with minty, fresh flavor.
Freshness.
Look at that. There's 3 of them right there. That's just too many.
Try it.
Go-
Oh.
I want to die
You-
after a normal day.
Oh, I thought that was sentence stop.
Oh no!
You took a little too long of a pause.
Um,
You want to die after a
I mean, I
normal
think
day?
everyone wants to die in their sleep, am I right?
Yeah,
Did I sleep?
painlessly.
Yeah. So after a normal day where you have fun and blah blah, you don't think anything, you sleep and then you just
Oh,
pass
I
away.
kind of want to die in a cool way. Like,
Not a,
know,
not,
like-
you're not
like
gonna
an
have that
accident?
luxury.
like I'm, well, maybe. Maybe it's like, hey guys, last YouTube video here. I'm tired and we're going out this way. And it's like some epic video and then it ends with me dying, you know? Like I get to
Oh my
end it
God.
off, like tie the knot at the end really nicely.
Okay, Mike.
Wow, your storytelling is gonna hit another level. You're really thinking about hitting your stride. I hope this doesn't happen
do
in
you
2020.
do you think you're still gonna be making YouTube videos when you're like 80?
80?
Or sorry,
No.
whenever
I'm
like,
not gonna
No.
work
or,
past
sorry.
50.
Oh wait, I think you will for sure. That's so young.
I hope we all live long, healthy, happy lives.
There's no way we're
surrounded by-
drinking Coke Zeros. Like we're for sure gonna
Yeah.
die of like something.
That's why I said I hope. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm optimistic. I hope that we all live long, happy, healthy lives surrounded by friends and family.
Okay, so let's talk about Christmas.
Christmas.
Right.
I mean, when this comes out,
Let's
won't
say-
it be in New Year's?
Let's say Santa was
Oh,
real.
yeah.
Oh shit! If you don't know, Santa's not real.
What?
Let's say Santa was real. What would you want
No
for Christmas? Go,
way.
Lily.
A voice acting job.
Okay, go.
Come
Anything?
back to me.
Okay. I
Go.
want our house with all Philips lights. You know, all Philips huge
Oh.
changeable color lights.
Oh,
Such a
he's been
cute-
thinking about
he's
this.
a-
Yeah, wow.
Nah,
You're thinking
that-
about other people.
That'd be
and
so
they're
cool.
all thinking about
Yvonne, if you're
themselves.
listening, I really want I want the house huge
Ah,
for
okay,
Christmas.
okay.
What about you, Scarlett?
Oh,
Oh wait, I have a question.
Oh, wait, why do
for
you have a question on Mike? Okay, keep going.
for Christmas, if I ask Offline TV to give me a house budget, can I do that?
How much are we talking?
Yeah, like what is a house budget?
Like $1,500.
that's
$1,500
fine.
doable.
Yeah, wait, I thought you were about to say 15,000.
Me too.
I was like, oh.
Well,
yeah.
actually, 15,000. Can I have 15,000?
no.
No.
Because like I need 15,000 to completely cover this thing. With
And how much are we
stars,
gonna
with
use it?
stars?
I
Look, the
admire
last time,
that's-
the last time you
yeah,
you
he's
asked for money
he's a dreamer.
was to buy a Roomba.
Yeah,
and you
yeah, yeah.
promised me
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you
yeah.
would use it.
Yeah,
You
okay,
used it
okay,
one
yeah.
time.
But now I'm getting more
Can I
practical
get a
things
Roomba
like
clock that
lights
screams when it
and
hits the wall?
TVs,
Okay.
stuff.
in a really quirky, silly way.
Okay.
Oh, I will.
So for
Yeah, for Christmas, I want a house budget.
for Christmas, I would want all my friends to be successful.
I was gonna say robot dog. Now I feel like an asshole.
No,
Okay,
no,
but that's not
we're
possible.
both
But that's
finishing.
not possible.
What? What the fuck?
Wait, that's not possible. Can you give a Santa can't give that, bro? Like your mom's reading this letter, she can't get you that, bro. Or like you know.
Oh,
You
want it
mean
to
a
be-
physical
You need a
thing.
physical option. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Go to Mike.
Huh? Oh, I want the fucking Boston Dynamics robot dog.
Okay.
I want that thing so bad. That would be awesome.
So would you want it to like kind of control it or like to?
Oh yeah, it needs to have like a good programmable API behind it. So then I
Yeah.
could like make it, I don't know, like P-Fire or something cool like that. Like
PK Fire.
imagine you're at a party, right? And you're like, where are the drinks? And they're like, oh, the robot dog. And then he lifts up his leg and he pisses his beer into your cup or something. How sick would that be?
That would be a
pretty
story.
sick.
Okay.
So many uses.
Yeah.
What about you, Sky? Time to think.
Dude, this is why I never got Christmas gifts because my parents would be like, "What do you want for Christmas?" I'm like, "I have everything." I'm
I
good."
can't wait to see who our Secret Santas are.
Yeah, like okay, so
Next time.
we're recording this video where we haven't released our Secret Santas, and all the people here that I'm sitting with have not gotten their presents.
Wait,
no, I
have
dude,
a
my
plan.
gift is
I
gonna be
finished mine.
sick.
Oh, you finished it?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you finished yours?
I have the plan to finish.
Okay. Have you finished
I
yours?
see the end of the road.
Mine's in the works.
Okay.
Damn,
What
I'm
about you?
so
I'm done.
curious.
And I'm done, and I have it in the works.
Wait, what?
Exactly.
You're done and you have it in the works? Okay.
You'll see what I mean.
That's cool and mysterious.
Okay, yeah, and quirky a little,
It
right?
is a little quirky.
Okay,
I hate the
for
word
for
quirky.
Christmas,
I used
no, I would want the English language to remove the
using
word
quirky.
quirky.
Yeah. I know.
Fuck quirky. Ever since I moved into this household, everything's cute and quirky and not like the other words. And I'm just like,
Oh,
God damn it.
It's Michael's fault.
Yeah,
It
is.
really
It
is.
is.
I'm just
It is.
glad like yeet isn't a thing anymore because
Oh,
holy,
yeah, I remember
holy
yeet.
fuck! I remember like we'd hear
Thank
that
God.
every
Yeah,
other
yeah,
sentence. I'd be like,
yeet.
I'm gonna blow my brains
Oh,
out.
God.
You were the one who said it. What do you mean?
No, I never. I religiously.
said it,
I
didn't he?
Oh, yeah, Pokey said it a
anti-religiously.
lot, Pokey said a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good word to get rid of. What words would you guys get rid of?
That one.
Okay.
For sure.
Fed, you've turned into a comedian recently.
No, I'm serious.
That was fucking good.
I'm serious.
What were we supposed to
Daisy
talk
Ridley
about?
is hot.
Oh, reflecting on the year.
Oh,
Reflecting
yeah, that's a
on
good
That would
ender.
be a good
All
one.
right, let's talk
good
about our
ending.
year.
All right, so how, reflecting on the year of 2019, how did you guys do?
Well,
How
we,
did you
we
feel?
lost some people. We gained some people.
Oh my
It's
god.
been a great year though
What are you
for
talking about?
overall. Well,
This min is real fucking
well, we lost
spicy.
Mark. We lost Mark and Josh, and we gained Michael.
That's
That's true.
Yeah. I think
trade.
we were at a weird place because like we were actually gonna die.
Disband, yeah.
we were actually.
It's like I went on the Ryan Here podcast and I was like, yeah, offline, we're like on our last line. Like our fucking.
I remember seeing clips of even myself earlier talking about it. I'm like, yeah, we're probably not gonna like last past. Like we had no hope, and then we got little Michael over here.
Don't inflate his fucking ego.
Fuck.
It
dude,
wasn't him.
Am I here on the last days? Is the shit about to catch on fire?
No. I actually like.
You actually went through the
You've
fire.
been through the fire.
Ah, good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not what I usually.
You came on like a up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were
Oh, I'm
on the
glad.
come up.
I'm glad. It seems like we're still on a good come up.
Mhm.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
TV. Almost 1 million subscribers.
Yeah.
It's been a good year for
I
offline
think-
TV. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For offline
it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I'm glad
Okay.
because it was scary for a bit
Mm.
because Toast wanted to like move out and stuff. Like it's just everything. I'm like,
It's
oh,
kinda
are
feel
we
like it's
I
even?
mean,
falling
Toast,
apart.
Toast moving out didn't bother me too much, just because like he wanted to live alone, but he still wanted to do stuff with us.
He's so
but-
close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's because he has nothing else to do.
Michael moving in made Toast moving out more bearable.
Yes.
For me personally, at least.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that was
I was
really
really sad.
that was really close to that happening, right?
Yeah.
Like I moved in right after.
And it's just so funny because like I for sure wanted not a Twitch streamer, and then like you start hanging out with us. I was like, wait, this is actually kind of
Wait, he is not a Twitch streamer.
He's
Yeah.
not like the
Perfect.
other
Yeah.
members.
Ooh.
quirky.
Oh.
Corgi! I am Corgi. It is nice. It's nice to get a change of pace living in like a streamer house to see how different it is.
There's
like-
literally only one. Like
I know.
one or three.
It's not. There's not a lot.
Yeah, I remember coming here or coming to offline, and I was like, man, they really don't give a shit. And I really loved that. I remember seeing I loved it. Like there were boxes of like merch on the ground. Like the table was filled with trash. And I was like,
I don't know if we should.
I enjoy that no one here like really cares too
But
much.
now we care
Now we care.
because it's a new house.
yeah, new
But
house.
not
It's still
everyone.
clean.
Yeah, it's still clean. It's just like
Well, I have to say, like the house has been looking.
House
Pretty,
has been
I
looking
think
No, this
we
house
do,
has
we do a
not
good
been
job.
messy.
it's nice. No,
We do
it's
a
nice.
good
Yeah.
job.
We are doing a
Yeah.
great job.
I just like that everyone like is able to tolerate
Okay.
that kind of stuff. You know.
Yeah,
And it's like we always like got along, honestly. Like we've never had roommate drama really. Like if it was drama, it was about the company, honestly.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
personal relationship wise, we have always gotten along,
Oh,
for the most part.
100%.
And I think that's like super cool because you're gathering like 6-7 different people
Yeah.
who do different shit, and you're putting them in a house together, and we somehow managed
Yeah,
to get
somehow
along,
lucked into a
be
good combo.
friends, and make content together. I think that's super, super,
Say it.
And we're all very easygoing.
cool. Yeah,
yeah,
you have
everyone's
to be
good with going with the
easygoing to
flow.
like live here.
Yeah, for sure.
Honestly, yeah.
I agree.
You guys are selling me on the streamer house.
It's Oscar,
yeah,
surprise!
yeah, like, you're really selling me.
I don't think I can name another streamer house that is doing as well as we are.
Oh, well, it's like most of the streamer houses, they don't make content together. They live
Yeah.
together and they make individual content, which is fine, not a big deal.
Yeah,
but
it's
like
cool.
they don't have like their own.
I
Separate,
like that we
offline.
have like offline TV under us.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
like super
Especially
cute.
in the States, I feel like there's no one like us. We're not like the other fucking house.
Ah,
Oh
yes.
God.
Oh,
Wait,
I've
about,
infected you.
What about Misfits?
No, they're
There's
in
no
I said in
so
the
the-
U.S.
Oh, US,
Yeah,
you're
I
right.
mean
Okay,
Misfits. I think only like 3 of them live together, and like
Oh yeah,
most of them.
I think they moved out. Like
Wait,
of their own
really?
accords. Some of them
Yeah.
moved out. Yeah, into their own places. I
I
think they
like
just.
living together. It's like so much more fun. Like
It
when
is
I
fun.
have nothing on my stream, I just invite my coworkers or whatever. You know, and be like,
if you have
get me content.
yeah, if you have tech problems, you just
Tech problems.
my Michael.
Michael, you're the best person to.
If I ever need someone to tase, everyone feels so bad for asking me for help that they just say,
I
"Okay,
offer
it's
myself.
great."
Just crank it up to a 9. Don't stop my heart though.
or do.
Yeah, it's
It's been an
that's
interesting
cool.
year. Yeah.
Oh,
For
yeah.
each of you, like
I
individually.
mean, yeah. Aside from offline, how do you guys do for the rest of the year? 2019.
It had its ups and downs.
yeah, did it?
Oh, I figured out my New Year's resolution.
Okay, what is it?
I need to be more smarter financially.
More
More
smarter.
smarter.
Sorry, more
I
smart
love
financially.
this.
Okay.
It's very
No,
smart.
I understand that.
And financially more responsible.
Yeah.
That's a good
good-
one.
that's a-
That's
that's
my
good for you.
that's my biggest.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
didn't you just spend?
Sorry, there's
Don't
not
call
much to
it
talk
out in
about.
this podcast.
Okay. All right.
Listen, when it comes to Uber, I know what you're gonna say. When it comes to Uber
I was gonna
Eats,
say something in Vegas.
oh yeah.
Oh, remember when we were gonna go
Oh,
out
God.
and then you said no, we should stay here so I can get Uber Eats Diamond.
What?
Yeah, we were were gonna go get food, all of us, and he's like, "No, guys, I got this." And we were like, "No, we should go out." And he's like, "Uber Eats Diamond,
Okay,
I need it."
But for real, I'm gonna get what we got yesterday again. Uber Eats.
I don't want anything.
We're not
No, the chicken.
sponsored.
What did we
I
get
don't want
yesterday?
anything.
Wait, really? You don't want
We're
the
really-
crispy?
I'm going out. I'm not.
Oh, well, I'm gonna reorder it again. Anyone want
Okay,
anything?
What
someone
is
has
he
fucking
ordering?
planned.
I'm gonna honey
Oh,
butter
fuck,
biscuit
I'm actually going out.
and.
That was good
Like,
though. That's good
you're
fried
good?
chicken and biscuits.
Okay,
I'm just saying.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm gonna get it again. That was so fucking good. Anyway,
So,
sorry.
Fist, how have you done this year? How do you feel you've done this year?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I feel like I've personally, like, my brand as a whole, like, not, it's, because I'm focusing on, like, offline TV, like, a lot more, but, like,
You're
when,
doing a really good job on offline.
Yeah.
It would die without you.
I mean, it
let's not
would,
get his ego.
well, I mean, I'm
Let's
not
give
gonna
Fed a
lie.
round of applause.
Like, okay. But, it needed to be done, and I don't think we'd be here without it, so.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't.
I don't want to live alone,
100%.
so this is.
That's just your fear of abandonment.
You
That's
know what?
actually-
The truth comes out.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
okay.
Sarah, you did 365 days, right?
Yes, by the time this comes
Yeah,
out.
by the time this video comes out, they'll have all known that on the last day I'm not gonna stream.
That would be so fucking
You should
funny.
stream.
I actually spent the first like couple months of the year gonna plan on doing that, but then I realized it'd only be cute for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
and then
then you'd be
afterwards I'd be
sad.
like, wait,
Yeah.
I just did
She
it all
did.
for a prank that
Yeah.
wasn't really cool.
Yeah.
I think you should just
But
stream.
I think I was I always tell people like I would have considered doing it another year because I think it'd be cool to have like the record amongst the biggest streamers. I can't catch like I always look at Code Carnage as a person. He streamed 2,000 days in a row. That's 5.5 years. And he streamed through his kid. He streamed through his stopped at like I think his second kid. Yeah. And he's like a huge streamer. So like I always look at that number and I'm just like that's a number that like I can maybe hit, So like I've always looked at the number as like kind of like a goal.
Yeah.
But like because I live with you guys, I don't want to spend my life streaming when I could be spending it like hanging out with you
Spending time
guys.
with friends, I
Because
agree.
at some point in the future, like we're not gonna
Gonna be
all live
together.
together, right?
Yep.
Because we're just not. We're
Yeah, I burned down the
eventually.
house.
Or
I
we
mean,
can just like
speak for yourself.
we can live together forever.
guys,
All
what
the
if we,
TV babies.
Yeah.
what if we live on a campus?
What
Like
did you just
everyone has their
say?
own everyone has their own living
Alright.
space, or their own house in the campus.
That's
very
the end game.
Yeah,
ideal.
yeah.
I think the best choice is like we don't live too far from each other.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I still
I
want
wouldn't
to
want to
campus.
lose touch with anyone.
Offline TV campus. That's my
Campus?
goal. That's actually my 2025 resolution.
You're 30.
2030 resolution.
But I mean, this year has been like the most successful year of my
Yeah,
life.
you did
Yeah,
really well.
there's a lot of
Sarah.
So I've been very
cute.
grateful.
Congrats,
Congrats,
bro.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Good stuff.
Why you, Michael?
It's been a good year, I think. It's been.
That's a real weird
I'm just-
modifier.
You hit three
You
mil?
hit 3 million.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was
Congratulations
awesome.
on that.
I was very happy about that. I don't really. I wish I would have made more videos, but
Same.
You
But
know,
each of your videos takes like so long to make.
just take a long time. I'd like to streamline the process, make some more videos, but overall, I've had a really fun time making YouTube videos,
And making
moved
that
in
money.
Here. Yeah, moved in
Is that
here.
mine?
Very
No.
nice. Very
Oh,
glad
wait.
I moved in. What about you? How was your
Had a great year.
2019? Yeah, I bet you did, bud.
Thank you for watching.
That was the Offline TV podcast. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Sorry, was that the actual end?
Yeah, that's the actual end.
You can find this podcast on Spotify.
Was that real
and
money?
Apple Podcasts.
That doesn't
Yeah.
look like real money.
I think so.
Wait,
Yeah.
that's not real money. That looks so real.
I know. I thought it was mine.
That looks so real.
I'm carrying money in my hand, and it looks very real.
I had a great year though. Thanks for asking. I had a wonderful
Lily,
year.
the
I'm glad.
podcast has ended.
I had a beautiful year.
You've been doing much better.
Lily.
Your YouTube channel took off. More,
Yeah.
And your Twitch took off more.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wow,
I'd say you're
you're-
doing pretty well.
yeah, you're doing
You've had
great.
a great year,
You actually
Lily.
have.
What the fuck?
I mean, from a business standpoint, you've
Yes,
had a
from
great
a business
year.
standpoint, I'm doing better, which I'm really happy about.
Yes.
Cool.
Cool.
Well, congratulations,
Thank
everyone.
you. You know, good
Like,
luck,
comment, and
everyone.
subscribe.
Let us know how your year went. Wait,
In the
and who's
comments.
gonna be single next year?
And your predictions.
And if
Your
you're listening on Spotify, just say it out loud.
Yes.
Yeah, like right now.
Just
wherever
say it
you
out
are.
loud
Just
to
say it
yourself.
out loud.
Yeah.
Just say it. Fed. Just say it out loud.
Look, I'm gonna do my friend a good one. Okay, if you're a woman who's driven and wants to date an attractive man,
No,
Nice.
stop.
I'm right here.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and find us on Spotify and the other one, Apple.
Apple Podcasts.
All right, bye guys.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Toast is
Hey guys,
definitely
welcome
not going to
back
be in a
another
relationship.
We Love to Wear Black podcast, number 6. Yeah, episode 6. Today we're going to talk about growing up, as if any of us have done that. So yeah, I don't know where we start.
That was some clear shade thrown.
No,
So it seems.
Resolution.
You're 30.
no, me too, man, not just you.
What do you want to be when you grow up, Michael?
I don't know. I was thinking maybe like a streamer, but I want to pick like a realistic, like good job that helps things.
Okay.
You know?
You know, one that doesn't want to make you blow your brains out. Like,
You said it helps.
Alright, let's talk about this. Why did you say that, Fed?
I did. I swear. Growing up, yeah. So, I mean, do we talk about like what it was like growing up for us?
All right.
Yes.
I know a fun game. On a scale of 1 through 10, let's rate our childhood. 10 being amazing and 1 being terrible.
Okay.
Ready?
We'll just go down the line.
We can say it at the same time too, or go down the line.
Okay.
Okay.
Which one are we doing?
Think about it. Do it all at once.
Yeah, let's do it all at once. Ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
6.
7.8.
Okay. All right. I saw a lot of wide variety of numbers. Let's really delve into this. Pokemon, you said 7.8.
Yeah.
Do you think you had a relatively good childhood?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I got very lucky, especially because my mom is a teacher. So I think she has a lot of experience in handling kids and childhoods in general. So I think she kept a lot of things in mind to make sure I grow up sort of sane. It didn't really work out, but it's okay.
What about you,
You
Fed?
super high rolled.
What did you say?
No, she's super high rolled.
No, I mean, like, what number did you say?
Oh, I said 6.
6. Okay, that's still not that bad.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't great. You know, it wasn't flowers and fucking rainbows, but you know, it was roof over my head and like, you know, I turned out okay. So, if in the moment,
Turned out great.
in the moment, it definitely felt like a 3 or 2. You know, but like, you know, I'm able to look back now and be like, yeah, you know what, you know, I came out okay. You know, but yeah, I think what I didn't like the most was like my relationship with my dad. But I mean, other than that, like, could have been worse for sure.
Speaking
Michael?
of 4, sure, you said a 4.
I did say a 4.
Why did you? That's a low number.
I was thinking, you know, 5 is average. And then, you know, like tick it 1 down for, you know, like everything in middle school and elementary school. You know, just give it a little tick down. It was an all right childhood, but, you know, like school was pretty weird for me. Didn't do super well in it. But I think other than that, like home life was relatively good. My parents were pretty nice. And I turned out, I guess we'll see how I turn out when I'm finally an adult, so can't really say for the future. But what about you? What did you say?
I said around the 5.
Oh, yeah.
Average,
That's
I
pretty
think.
average, yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
just average.
Yeah,
Good
somewhere around
parts, bad parts. Somewhere in between. Cool.
Yeah, are there any childhood events that you feel like led you to being the person you are today? Anything that like stands out for you?
I think my mom was like super fucking involved with like my life, and it was so annoying. My mom was like the type of person like she'd be at the PTA meeting, she'd be at this meeting, she'd pick me up she'd drop me off at school, and like she'd come to the school and sell pizza at the school, and like say hi mijo like in front of all my friends. I'm like, oh no, dude, she's
Cute now.
Oh, yeah, that's cute.
and you know, she was a leader in a sense, like a leader role model for me because she was very involved. She took on a lot of roles and responsibilities, and I got to like kind of see that, and I guess I kind of like absorb that, and definitely, you know, I definitely started like exhibiting that kind of behavior, especially in high school. Student body president, and then like lead media I was lead of my media department in robotics, stuff like that. Like,
You're in robotics.
yeah, um,
You never told me this.
yeah. No, I know all the stuff. I can show you some of my robotics vlogs.
I would
Yeah,
love to see some of your robotics.
Yeah, yeah.
Robotics
Yeah.
There's an
vlogs.
MCN machine like the size of this table, like yay high. But, anyways, yeah, I guess that's one thing for me. I don't know about you guys. I mean, I can continue. I can continue talking, but like,
Alright.
I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to hold the mic here.
I think learning programming for me was a pretty defining event in becoming who I am now. I didn't really have a thing that I was good at, so it really could have been anything.
Mhm.
But I just like picked a thing to I picked a thing to like kind of just buckle down and focus on, and I think that just like helped a lot just overall in leading me to here.
I think that was just like gaming, internet culture, and the PC in general for me, especially because as nice as my parents are, they were like relatively strict, especially in comparison to like non-immigrant parents. So because of that, like I really got into just like making friends online, so I still had something fun to do when I was at home and all my friends were out. And yeah, that was like my little escape. I guess now it's my job, so I love video games.
Lily, do you have anything?
I love video games too.
Oh, okay, cool.
My parents were the type of people who were like, "You're a girl. Girls shouldn't play video games."
They said that.
Yeah, 100%. They didn't think I should play video games, and they were okay with my younger brother, but me, no.
Sound very traditional.
Very traditional.
How was your guys' relationship with your parents growing up?
I do remember a phase of being like really mad at them, like super angsty teen, especially because like they were strict. But also looking back, I'm like, all things considered, it's okay, you know?
Yeah.
But like reading, like I'm gonna run away from home.
Yeah. I think we
My
all.
friends, this, that, beep, boop, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you grow up and you're like, whatever.
Yeah. But in the moment, it's like, fuck. I was
Like,
so close
end
to
of the
running
world,
away.
yeah.
I was
And then you're
gonna.
like, where the hell would I even go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I would
nobody-
like walk down the street and then just
Go
walk
back
back.
inside.
Dude,
What am I
no,
gonna do? Move across the island to the other side?
I actually did run away for like half a day, and like I would hide like in my neighbor's yard area and just kind of like spy in my house. See, are they worried about me? Are they gonna call the police?
Like,
Should I go
isn't it
back?
interesting to think like we only do that because we want them to
The
care
attention.
or
Yeah.
to do something or like that attention.
Yeah.
Most of the time they call your bluff, though. Like, we don't end up running away.
Yeah. They didn't do shit. They just knew I'd come back.
They weren't the slightest bit worried about
Yeah,
you. You're watching.
They're like, okay, fine. Who's gonna cook you? The fucking raccoons? All right. Jesus.
Any regrets?
I mean, I think my biggest. Oh, okay. I have like two major regrets. I was very not like I didn't really give a shit about my my schooling, and so I feel it a lot today. You know, I feel like I'm behind on a lot of things. Like,
I
like
don't think that's because you're schooling. I think it's because we're streamers. We're all behind
I
now.
mean, yeah, you're not wrong. I feel like I have like the drive to like do stuff, and like that's something you can't like learn, right? It's just something you just get or feel. But I really didn't give a single shit about like my education, middle school, and like kind of halfway through high school, and that's when like I flipped the switch. And
Not a bad time.
yeah, not a bad time, but it definitely hurt me for sure, and I can feel that. Yeah, I mean that's one regret. What about you guys?
You're gonna say something about Anya?
I forgot.
Okay, cool, nice.
When it comes back, I'll say it.
I regret not kind of going with my gut more. I think if I would have done that, like I don't learn very well in school. I learned very well like on my own doing things. So I wish I would have realized that earlier and like had the confidence to just go with that. That like I understood that, but it's like if I was teaching myself something and I was like slipping in school, I was like, oh man, maybe I'm not like doing the right thing. But then in the end, it was the right thing because that's how I absorbed stuff. So wish I would have done that sooner.
I'm sure a lot of people feel similarly. I think it's hard to be so confident when you're young.
Yeah,
I remember
for
going
sure.
through like the biggest phase of like, who am I?
Yeah, like what
And
the
it's like,
fuck?
what the hell kind of question even is that?
16.
Just do your homework. You know?
Yeah.
Were you guys good in school?
Hell no.
Yeah,
Ah,
school's my
okay.
shit.
School's my shit until end of sophomore year, and then I really started to give a shit. Like I was smurfing.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
you're good.
It's just like I actually really miss that because I like very measurable goals.
Yeah. Doing
now
your own business is
That's
very
yeah.
that's how I started to see it too.
Yeah.
I like the competitive aspect to it, and like the look at that shit. Just put your dick, just whip your dick and just boom on the table. Sorry.
In the middle of class when you get your marks.
Yeah. It felt good.
I did not like that aspect.
Sorry.
I was sitting in the back of the room playing Smash Brothers.
I was sitting in the back drawing. My notebooks were all just doodles. There were no notes.
Did
You
you ever
guys-
think like this is what I want to do?
This?
No, Lily, like with her
yeah.
doodles.
At a point, I was like, oh, maybe I should like major in art. I'm like, oh, whatever. I'm too lazy to make a portfolio. All right, maybe I should major in English. Oh, fuck, that's
Too
so much
lazy.
schooling and shit. I don't want to do that. Maybe I should major in music. So I got a 2-year degree in music. Absolutely useless, but you know.
I'm not that.
I
used-
don't think anything's useless.
I mean, you definitely no.
Half a degree, which is not a degree, so nothing.
I mean, useless in the sense that like it's not gonna get you a job, maybe like a great, fantastic job, but you learn like how to like talk and like understand music. I wish I like minored in music or something fucking. That's I don't know.
Yeah, I wish I would have done more music too.
Yeah.
Understood the theory behind it.
Your parents didn't beat you till you learn music?
No,
Okay.
not that kind of Asian.
I used to
It's very
piano.
practical. You know, like
It is.
music
It's
is something we
super
consume
practical.
every day.
Yeah.
So like
It's a useful skill no matter what.
I agree.
And now you use it for your job now, so
Yeah,
it's
so
like
it
you're
worked
getting
out.
a lot of leverage out
Like
of it.
back then, it was like, fuck, I hate piano. Like, stop making me play these songs. I hate it. I hated it so much. Every time I practiced, my short little legs that couldn't reach the pedal, just kicked the piano every time I practiced. Just kicked it really hard. I remember doing tantrums every time.
wait, so Lily had piano, but do you guys have anything like your parents made you do, like made you practice?
Yeah, I have
this?
piano.
Oh, you had piano as
Yeah,
well.
too.
Oh.
I hated it so
I
much that I stopped.
did piano for like 2 months, and
feel
then
like-
we went away to Morocco for the summer.
And
then
they
we came back,
forgot.
and they were like, "Forget about it."
Yeah.
I feel like you hear that a lot, like being forced to play piano when you're younger.
Yeah.
It's just, well, you stick with it, you know?
I think the thing is not like necessarily making kids learn a specific skill, like just piano or just music. I think it's more teaching people that they can put a lot of effort and devotion into mastering something and that can feel really good. I think piano is just like the classic example. But I think in general, like that's what school taught me. Just like if you try really freaking hard and put in a lot of effort, then you can like get good marks. And then I always think about that with League. I'm like, I just need to practice really hard.
Just study, just
What
watch
do
the
you say
VOD.
with people who practice really hard, but they're still stuck in, you know, their
Gotta-
asking for a friend?
Yeah.
Next question.
All right, next question. I think, speaking about piano, I 100% would have been one of those people who are like, oh, my parents forced me when I was younger, and then like stop, right? But then video game music like saved my interest. Like anime music, I'm like,
Ooh,
ooh,
that's
I need to
interesting.
learn
Nice.
piano now to play my favorite weep songs,
That's so cute.
and that's what saved it.
Oh.
Like a genuine interest.
That-
in
Genuine
doing-
interest,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what
That-
you need.
that-
You can't have.
You
You
need
can't
a
be
genuine-
forced.
yeah.
That's so. I was so lucky. Actually, I'm actually jealous that happened to you. I used to love soccer so much, but my parents forced it on me super hard, and it was such a turn off. But like, I feel like maybe if like I had like an experience like that, where like
There was another reason to be motivated.
yeah, it just never happened. I just like stopped giving a shit.
Yeah, once you find that genuine passion for something, no one needs to force you to do it. You're just
Yeah.
gonna do it because you like doing it, And that's the best because you'll just do it, you practice, and you get better.
True. I mean, I guess I did do that with other stuff, but
Yeah, like editing.
Editing.
Best editing.
yeah, but that was like 5 years. Soccer was like 13 years. Like,
Wow.
Well, you're so good at soccer. Look at our soccer video.
true, dude. I watched it again. I'm like, wait, I'm actually not that good at all.
Way better than us.
Yeah,
So
compared
it's
to
yeah.
the rest of us, you look like God.
yeah, actually.
God.
Yeah.
It's like a gold player among iron.
Yeah, no,
Like, we're
that's
so
actually
bad.
what it was. I'm
Some
not
of
even.
us hasn't even never installed the game before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I swear to God. But,
I think I regret I think it was kind of hard for me with friends because I had this idea that like people were either like good or bad, and when someone would cross me, it was like that's it, we could like never be friends again.
Ruthless.
And I feel like that's like a very naive mentality, and it's never like when I was young, and I think especially in high school, maybe because high school's kind of dramatic, it's like this girl did this, like cut. Whereas in real life, like someone messes up and you talk about them and you see if it's something you can work out, and then you move past it 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
so much bloodshed in high school for no reason.
Did you guys have like nasty high schools? Because I had a nasty high school.
I had like mine was like the fighting high school.
Oh yeah,
Like, were
you
there a lot
did
of
mention
fights?
that.
I was never really
First day
in
of
them.
school.
So
I just
that-
kind of.
That was my middle school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I had an elitist high school with lots of Asians.
Was it all about like who's doing the best?
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn.
It was in a good neighborhood, blah, blah, blah. My mom actually researched the school and then like moved, so. Lucky for her, going to community college. Take that, Mom.
I feel like that's not very conducive to like art or music or other talents if it's just
Yeah.
like really elitist and all about marks.
Yeah, it was whatever. High school was so, ugh.
Yeah.
Were you guys' high schools like very cliquey? You know, like the Persians, the Mexicans, the fucking.
Not via race.
Not by race.
Oh,
but nonetheless.
for middle school for me it was all about race. Like which one are you? Like
I wonder if that's common nowadays too.
yeah.
hope not.
I don't know.
You think it is or isn't?
I have no idea. My high school was 300 kids, so like it was just random. So like there was no. But I don't know what high schools are these days.
Same.
Oh, when I was in middle school, I remember this memory so distinctly. There was a girl who was really popular, but also very mean. But also, she really liked me. And I've always been like the kind of person that's not like the most popular, but just like friends with everyone. And one day, I saw her being like really mean to this other girl. And I like pulled her aside and I was like, why are you like this, basically? And she deadpan, like 8th grade, she was like, oh, I put other people down because it makes me feel better about myself.
Wow.
In 8th grade,
I mean, that's
she
super
said that
honest.
to
A
me.
startling
And I was
amount
like-
of self-awareness from an 8th grader.
I was like, okay.
yeah. All right.
Glad you know.
There's actually so many people like that at that age. When you think about
Yeah.
it, like they don't understand like what they're doing to like another human, you know.
I think what's most important is for the people that are being bullied or hurt to know that that's where it comes from.
Yeah.
And that it's not a reflection on them. I feel like this has been like such a like low energy.
Yeah.
It has.
I'm a little low energy.
Well,
sorry.
I don't know if it's still energy. It's deep, you know. It's like
True.
you know.
Was your
brain
preppy
gets
high school like?
Huh?
Was your preppy high school like actually preppy, or was there like the rich kid problem?
Rich kid problem. I wasn't rich, but there were a lot of rich people.
Yeah.
16, 15-year-olds coming in with their fancy cars and shit.
Were
In
they
the
ever
parking
like?
lot.
Did that ever cause problems? Because there was a fancy high school like kind of close to mine. It's like it was like the one. It cost like it had tuition. It was like $16K a year to go to high school, which is fucking crazy.
That's stupid.
Yeah, and it ended up being all the smart kids who were in my middle school and were like, "Bye, I'm gonna go be smarter than you now." Went to like the good high school,
Oh,
and now they're like all addicted to drugs.
Oh
And
my
because
god!
it's like they had so much money that they're just like able to like get drugs. You know what I mean? Whereas my place, it's like too poor to afford it. Who cares?
The silver lining.
Yeah, that'll show you.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That was high
very-
school?
Yeah. high school.
Jesus fucking. Dude, I didn't know drugs were a thing till like the end of high school. I mean,
Oh, really?
I mean, you hear about it, but
Not even alcohol.
I mean, not really.
There was so much partying at my school,
Really? Wow.
Alcohol problem?
and drugs.
Oh, cool.
And a lot of people now are addicted or selling or both or or were or whatever. Even at our dances, our high school dances, we were the first year to have we needed the dances to be canceled for a few months because they had gotten so bad.
Holy shit.
Like, so many people were just coming drunk to our school dances. People were like flashing or like giving handies in places. Like, it was
Dude, what
wild.
the fuck?
It was wild.
That's how like
Say
you.
that much.
That's how like you. I feel like I'd imagine a high school in like a movie.
Right?
Yeah, when
But
you were in
that's-
middle
But it's-
school,
no, it's like-
that's what it'll be like.
Yeah.
That was actually like that.
I think it's actually like worse nowadays, or at least in some areas.
Nice.
I'm so
Cool.
surprised you guys didn't have like
The hand job
Crazy,
section
right?
of the
Yeah.
gymnasium? No.
Dude,
we
there's
didn't have that.
I don't know if this, like-
Yo, Michael, did you ever get a? Sorry.
Sorry.
What?
Sorry.
Did you ever get a handy in in the
in
back?
school.
Yeah.
I
You
have.
were that kind of guy.
I'm asking him. I'm not asking about myself.
Just kidding. No judgment here.
No, not in school. That would be strange and unusual.
Okay.
Fed? You?
No.
Ah.
No, guys, that's fucking weird. We'd never do that.
No way.
Okay, this girl might PP touched me, but that's it. You ever been like
She
PP,
what?
you ever been like PP touched? You know, like she just like she just
Where?
where?
Not like where on your pee. I mean like where physically
oh,
were you at the school?
It was like after school, and she wanted to like she was like I really want to see what a dick looks like.
So my high school life was very innocent. Very innocent.
Cool.
No drugs.
So did
no
you show her?
partying, No alcohol.
Of course, that was it.
You asked that question like,
What is
yeah,
it?
I'm gonna tell him about pee touch later. I'm setting up for it.
I mean, I wanted to see if I was the only
The
one.
only one?
Yeah.
No, man, kids at my school were just addicted to prescription drugs.
Prescription?
Yeah, there was like a big like pill problem at my school. It's like
Damn.
nothing to do in Hawaii besides fucking
Dude, Canada too.
drugs. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Bored
something
as hell.
Boring everywhere. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, fuck it with the drugs.
I'm glad my outlet was the internet though, and not methamphetamine.
Yes. Same.
Same.
Yeah, I was addicted to
around here.
Maple Story.
Dude,
That was my drug.
Ragnarok Online.
Did you guys ever have MSN?
Yes.
Oh,
Do you remember that program that you could download and you would press like control space and it would hide your MSN into a secret icon and it would hide all your chat boxes?
No.
Dude,
So MSN is a messaging.
Oh, you don't know what MSN is.
wait, you don't know? I thought you were saying yes, like Lily. Yes.
Well, I assume he doesn't know because like.
Do you know what
that's
AIM
like-
is?
Fucking aim. I know what it is.
Oh,
I
okay.
haven't used that
Okay.
shit.
Well, yeah, it's just a chatting messenger
just an IM,
application.
right? Yeah.
But like obviously I wasn't like allowed to be like messing around on the PC, so I had to pretend I was doing work. And then anytime my parents come out, control space, and it was incredible. It literally just erased everything and put it in a secret icon.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Technology.
I just controlled.
And
FLD.
No, I was just gonna say and deception, technology and
Oh,
deception.
Ah,
Yeah.
I'll tap to random fan fiction sites and told my parents, yeah, I'm like reading essays. I just read like fanfic.
And just hope they would never look
That's
closer.
so
They don't.
good.
My parents aren't good at English, so I
Oh,
use that.
nice.
I know
Deception.
deception,
I
very
like
bad
this.
deception.
What deception were you guys up to? Your turn.
I would like to play video games really late into the night. So in my closet, I set up like a little chair and like a little desk kind of area, and I'd like put my real laptop in there, and then I would put a fake laptop on my real desk, and then I'd put like a fake body underneath the covers, like with pillows and stuff, and like a wig with hair. This is not a chair.
Wow.
Like a wig with hair,
Wow.
and I would go like because my mom like knew she like I fucking love computers and just like playing video games and shit, and she would come into my room and like peek in on me like all the time, like 3 times a night. And so
Dude,
I would
fucking-
instead of that, I would slink into my closet and like put my headphones on and like be
Oh
scrunched
my
up, and I would be playing
God.
like League of Legends and Skyrim till like 4 in the
Oh
morning.
That is
my
so
god.
I love that.
She
hilarious.
never knew. And then I think one day she did find out. She like I don't know, maybe she like went over to me to like tap on, but like
And you were just
I was in
awake.
my like gamer zone, and she like fucking rips the door open. She's like, Michael, what the fuck are you doing? I was like,
Did you have like a really intense talk after?
She was just yelling.
Oh.
She was
Wowie.
so fucking.
I'm
mad.
actually scared.
Because she did not know how like long. I'd been
Yeah.
doing it.
That's funny.
I
Good job.
yeah, dude.
I used to sneak out a lot. Well, sort of a lot. Mostly because I had these friends that I played League with, but they didn't go to my high school, so I never actually saw them in person. But we would want to like go to the movies, or like our thing was going to McDonald's.
Hell
They
yeah.
always wanted to go
McDonald's.
really
McDonald's,
late.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
best. McDonald's parking lot is where dreams, like where you have the
Either
deepest
real
thoughts of
come
all
true
I
time.
was
Yeah.
just
or-
gonna say, yeah.
Dreams are dashed, they come true.
But obviously, like, if I go to my like Middle Eastern strict parents and I'm like, hey, can I go to McDonald's with these 5 random boys at midnight? They'll be like, no.
What the fuck? No,
Yeah.
no.
I mean, nowadays they actually know all these guys, and I was like, yeah, these are the guys I used to sneak out with when I was in grade 11, and they're like, ah, okay. But this one time I snuck out and I like left my purse in my backyard or something, and then I forgot it and went inside and fell asleep, and then my like dad found it the next day, and he was like, why is this outside? And I was like, I don't know.
Holy shit.
I mean, whatever the heck you do, you get caught sooner or later.
Yeah.
Just hope it's not that bad.
I mean, as long as I can deal with yelling. I'm scared about the fucking chancla, dude.
Would you guys ever hit your kids? Maybe this is not a thing
Hell
to
no.
discuss, but just
No,
just saying.
I would not.
absolutely not.
I think I got really lucky that was like a hard rule with my mom. She was like, no. But again, probably because she's a teacher and she sees like everything when it comes to parenting.
Hmm. I just know that didn't work
Work?
for me.
Mhm.
Like
It didn't work for me either.
it's just
I
like
don't
it
think it
made
works
things
for any kids.
worse,
Mhm.
dude.
Yeah, it just makes you
now-
feel resentment.
Yeah.
Like, why would you hit me like
And
that
like
hard?
that's unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
I so for the lies and deception part, I would so on Windows XP, if you go into safe mode, so I didn't know the password to they put a password because I had an addiction to maple syrup. But on Windows XP, you can go into safe mode and you can disable the password. So
Interesting.
I would wake up
Hacker-
at
hacker mans.
yeah, I'd wake up at 1 a.m. Or not wake up. I mean, I go to bed at like 12, and then when my parents go to sleep, I'd wake back up. Beep, boop, 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 disable password, and then I'd play for like 6 till like 6 a.m. and then go to school. Yeah, and then come back and pretend like I'm doing homework, and then do it again the next night.
Nice.
I'd sleep in school a couple of times. It wasn't healthy, but yeah, when they found out, it was really bad.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
it was like really fucking
Did I
bad.
remember?
Oh yeah, dude, the screaming and the Spanish.
The Spanish screaming.
Holy
I see it come out sometimes
Yeah.
in League.
Yeah, the whole
Yeah.
house woke up. You know, like it was that bad. Yeah, but you know, it worth. Sorry, mom.
My favorite childhood
Play
game was
Pokemon Puzzle League.
Okay, the reason, guys, come on. What? Okay, I found the game. And I'm like, oh, this game looks okay. I'll play it like once or twice. Then my neighbor came over, and we used to play all the time, right?
Aw.
And he was way better than me at first. Then I just kept playing it like without him. I got really good, and I destroyed him. And then one day we were
See,
versing.
mastering something.
It felt good. I was very good. And then one day, like, I beat him, right? And he just like throws on the controller. He's like, "You're only good at this because you don't do anything else but play this game." And just like leaves.
Holy
Sounds like
shit.
And you're
Twitch
like,
chat.
yes,
God
and,
damn.
Yes,
and.
I always liked that game a lot.
I grew up with like Mario, Zelda, Pokemon. Like that was my trifecta up until like age 10, 11, 12. And then I got into MMOs. And then I got lost in the sea of the internet.
No,
Which
same.
was
MMOs.
both good and bad for my development.
MMOs were great. You met like, all your
Yeah.
friends online. It's just you lose yourself for
Yeah,
hours.
I
and
think
hours.
I found a
Yeah.
feeling of community that I had never had in person.
Mhm.
It was really fun.
Mine was Skyrim. It was not a multiplayer game, so maybe that's why I'm like this. But I think I've definitely logged like 3,000 or 4,000 hours on Skyrim. Because I would just like
Same.
during a summer, I would just like the whole summer was just like wake up, play Skyrim, go to sleep at 2 a.m., get coffee, and fucking do it again. That was like my entire summers, and
That
I
sounds so
fucking loved
fun.
it. Fuck going out with other people.
Yeah.
That was the best thing.
Okay.
Other than like Maple Story, I was like a COD boy. Like I'd
You
be
seem like a
I'd be
cowboy.
I'd be the fuck you. I'd be the kid in your Modern Warfare lobbies. Be like, dude, what's up, pussy? Yo, you fuck your mom, bro. Like, yeah. And I was actually pretty competitive about it, dude. I'd scrim, I'd like do tournaments, and then as like any addiction, my parents took away my PlayStation, and that was the end of that. So, but there was that and FIFA, but like no one understands FIFA here. It's like
it's soccer in a video game. What is there?
FIFA was like Smash back in the day, and then Smash came out, and then
I
people
remember when
just
Smash
dip.
came out.
dipped.
Times.
That was like the party game.
I remember when Smash came out, like I played it for fun. Did the whole home run contest.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I
yeah.
remember, and then there was Peach Tunes. I really liked it. My one regret, I think, is not taking Smash seriously. Because if I did, I'd be really good by now, right? But I never took it seriously. All I did was just like spam B and
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. yeah.
and then down B.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's how. That's how it
That's how
starts.
it goes.
I wish I took that seriously. Because now I just suck at Smash. I never had that childhood training arc
Yeah.
that everyone seems to go through.
No, I was very casual. Like I would just play Kirby and Down B for the
That's what I did too.
every single game, and I'd be like, "Ha, I am God." And then like my band had like a Smash tournament. I was like, "Fucking losers, down B, and then they're like doing shit like. You just grab me, oh shit, and then I'm like, oh, down B isn't working as well as it usually is.
Dude.
Is something broken with the game? And then like I learned like a very harsh lesson. Like they're like actual things that go into Smash.
You had to
Yeah, there's
adapt.
so
Yeah.
many
So much more.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
it.
nuances. You can't
There
just press. I did down B on Pikachu a lot. The
Yeah.
thunder,
Oh,
just
yeah.
thunder to fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Honestly, that would fucking work sometimes, and
Sometimes
then
on like clubs,
the other
but
player would be so
if
mad.
you know what you're doing, you just get body
yeah,
so
really
hard.
You guys gotta teach me to play sometime. I still have not gotten into
should-
Smash.
Really? Oh wow.
Ever.
We should all
kinda
play
miss
some
it
Smash.
again.
Which
wanna
sucks
play
because
it
it's
again.
like the
I'm
best party
We
game.
played on the projector, but like we just sit somewhere
Yeah.
or on the couch.
We
I
need
don't really care.
chairs here.
I'm done.
I want to. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll play some Smash. That sounds really fun.
Yeah. So like next time we have parties and there's a Smash game
We
going
can
on,
destroy them.
we can destroy.
Exactly.
Let 'em
And
know.
I'm like, this is our fucking house.
Yeah.
Okay,
Don't you
get
dare
out.
be playing Smash in my
But
house.
there's always like a few people who are just godlike at that game and just destroy.
They're not
everyone else.
invited.
They're
Okay.
not.
Okay.
So don't invite Zell. Don't invite.
Oh, shit.
fuck
Hey, I beat
Ross.
Zell. a couple-
Oh, you
I
did?
beat Zell a
Oh,
couple
shit.
times.
Hey.
I don't know if I could.
Michael,
now.
flex.
You fucking what's it called? Captain Falcon abuser.
If I can
Yeah.
We just have to get a bouncer for the door at the parties and like talk, talk to the people who are good. Just be like, hey man, just like I know you're good, just like not here.
Yeah. Sorry. Shoot.
Not here, man.
Yeah.
Do you guys have good sibling relations if you had siblings? Me and my brother fought all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, we were good up until I was like 10. We used to like play games together, and then from like 10 to like 20, just sworn enemies. And I think that's why, like, when I got into streaming, people are like, how do you deal with like such a toxic chat and like people saying things on the internet? I was like, I've been bullied by my brother for the last 10 years. Like, this is nothing.
Man, I actually came to use.
Yeah.
Brother, oh dude, just the same thing. Like not that good. Like
Yeah.
we never
But
saw.
you guys are so close now, so cute.
Yeah, we never saw. He never saw eye to eye on things. Like I'd understand something a certain way, and he'd see it differently, and that we disagree, and like we always just fight about it. But yeah, now things are better. You know, we're adults now, so.
Same with my sister. We just like fought a lot from a very young age, and we never really clicked on a lot of things, but now I'd say we're like friends now. So like I can definitely I'm closer to her than like any other member of my family. So
I remember when my brother he's like 5.5 years younger than me, so he used to be really scared of the dark. I'd be like, Daniel, get me water. I'm thirsty. And he had to go, this little like 6-year-old kid, right? Had to go downstairs. Well, I had to babysit him all the time, so it was just us in the house. He had to run downstairs, get the water for me, and run back upstairs. I did that a lot.
I thought you were gonna tell some
a
story about like how you
cutie.
kept him and like made him not so afraid
Oh,
of the
no.
dark.
I had to like babysit him like for so much. Like I made food for us. Like I just had to take care of him so much. We have a pretty good relationship. We never actually ever fought. We're pretty good. He's a good kid.
Do you guys ever like accidentally like hit your sibling? Be like, please don't tell dad. Please don't tell mom. Like, I'll give you like
Oh, yeah.
$10 or
I
$5.
have.
Please.
Oh yeah.
I
Just
had-
they start like
I had-
crying so loud. Please stop. Please stop. No.
Yeah. It's such a panic feeling.
Yeah.
I would do so much deceit with my sister. She didn't understand, like, she's about 2 years younger than me, and at some point she didn't understand, like, the concept of, like, money, like, paper money, and so she had, like, a $20 bill that she got for her birthday, and I had, like, 8 quarters. I remember this so fucking well, and I was like, hey, sister's name, look at this. 8 quarters is more than 1 bill, right?
Oh,
These are
my
heavier,
God.
and there
Holy
are more of them.
shit.
And she was like, okay. And I like took it and I was like, I'm going to buy a Nerf gun with this.
That's so cute though.
That's so
And
funny.
then my parents
adorable.
got very mad, and it was her Nerf gun from then on. So.
My very first memory of my little brother is when he was like 1 or something, like, diapers and stuff, right? Everyone was always fussing over him. I was like completely ignored. I got really jealous. So I'm like, I'm going to make him get in trouble this one year. So I tried. Sorry. There was a door, right? I wanted him to like knock it down. So I would try to like bring him to the door and like but once I think I
You
tossed him too
fucking-
hard to the door.
Yeah.
And he started crying. And my parents like, the fuck are you doing, Lily? And I got in so much trouble. I got in so much
Just
trouble.
like yeeting your
so
baby
funny.
brother into a door.
I'm just imagining like you yeeting a little boy.
Yeah, like a little harder each time to try and make it.
Until
that
at one
didn't
point
work
he
so-
just
That's one of
breaks
my,
down.
That's like one of my earliest memories, like just trying to eat my brother to the door.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I got in so much trouble. Oh my gosh.
One of
Good
my
times.
earliest memories with my brother was when we were in Morocco. So like I was in Morocco until I was 4. And I don't know why, but like I was angel until 1 year old, devil until 4, and then angel when I moved to Canada. Don't know why, but 1 to 4, not good. And during that time, we were like in an apartment or something, and my brother came home crying.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, what happened? And like apparently some kid like hit him downstairs, like in the play area. So me being like fucking 4, I don't know. I walk downstairs. I go up to this dude. I like tap him on the shoulder. I'm like, did you hit my brother? And he goes, yeah. And I just
Holy shit.
I just freaking yeeted.
Like little
Wait, didn't something also similar happen with a girl? Like, didn't you,
Listen.
did you hit
We'll talk
a
about that.
girl as well?
Yeah, okay, in
For a
grade
less
9, but
altruistic reason.
she kept hitting me. It was in class. It
Yeah,
was so
yeah.
weird.
And
And I
you-
was like, stop it. Stop it. Stop. And she didn't stop. And I was like,
Boom.
But Pokey, did she stop after that?
oh, yeah.
right, she did. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You heard it here,
gotta,
kids.
like-
Violence is the answer. I'm just kidding.
Not really.
I'm just kidding.
There's once. Oh, I was like 8 years old, right? And there was this. I was in an after-school program, one of those where teachers don't really give a fuck. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Oh, they give you lunch though, which is
there was
nice,
a
like
kid
snacks.
who kept bothering me, like relentlessly, like just like insulting me and just like poking me, like just like really being really annoying, right? So I'm not proud of this. I sharpened my pencil, and while he's working, I go up to him like eye to eye, like face to face. I'm like, if you bother me again, I'm going to stab this in your head.
I can totally imagine her
Dude,
saying
it's
that.
like, it's protection.
What the fuck?
We're just protecting ourselves.
This is relevant because earlier that year I had accidentally stabbed my finger with a pencil and it like really hurt and everyone knew about it. So that's where I got the idea from. Mommy, if you do it again, I'm gonna stab you.
Ah.
And he's like, what? But then after that, I noticed he like didn't bother me again. Another story. Okay, I'm not proud of this either. In Korea, I was again 8 or 9. I was a really terrible 8-year-old. I was playing, you know, having fun with my cousin. These 2 boys my age come up. They start chucking pebbles at me, like hard pebbles.
heck?
And I'm like, hurt. I'm like, can you please stop? And they just keep chucking it. So I grab a fistful of pebbles and I throw it at them, right? And then they start like, yo, what the fuck? So they go to the security guard and tell on me, like this girl's throwing pebbles. And he comes up to me. He's like, did you throw pebbles at these boys? And I'm like, yeah, but he did it first. And he's like, why would you throw pebbles back? You just have to come to me, right? I'm like, but you didn't do anything,
Yeah.
right? Like, what am I supposed to do? But they stopped chucking pebbles at me. So
That's
I'm not
what
sure what
matters.
Maybe we're not teaching
Yes.
people the right thing,
Snitching
but
works.
just
No,
talking
snitching
about
doesn't work.
personal.
Or does it work?
it didn't work. I
Yeah.
told them they just kept throwing rocks at me.
Mhm.
I don't know. It was weird. Okay. Anyway,
Action is the only solution.
All kids have a bit of evil in them.
those are
Oh,
are
yeah,
like
for like no reason.
when you like that's like a tipping point. You know, like you can
Yeah.
only tolerate so much
Yeah.
until you just like snap.
Explode, yeah.
And like you have to do something to protect yourself.
Do you have an
Yes.
explode moment, Michael?
I don't get angry really often. I was pretty calm throughout most of school. There was one time someone insulted my girlfriend in like a biotech class, and I told him I would kill him. And I like went up to him. Like,
oh my god, good boyfriend right here.
I remember feeling like such he like insulted her in like a hit home kind of way. I was like, wow. And I like just like flushed with rage, and I was like, and then he like super like winced back and was very apologetic. But I think that was the only time I ever.
I think it's always scary when people you don't expect to snap.
Yeah.
Like, because you don't expect it. That's why
They're the
Yeah.
best at holding it
'Cause
back,
you
and
don't
it's
know what
really
to
bad.
expect.
then you know, like, you
Really fucked
did
up.
something wrong. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
For them to snap like that.
Do you guys ever like? Did people sell a lot of stuff in your school? Like kids selling snacks
Fucking
and shit?
Cheetos, man. Dude, Cheetos and like the chocolate for like.
Not really.
No,
Yeah.
I thought that was like a more normal thing. There were kids like selling, like kids would make.
Oh,
food.
that's actually like a cartoon TV show thing.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I've never seen that in person. Like you sometimes see in like is the show Recess? Like
Mm.
you'll have like, oh, I'm selling like these things. and
Yeah, it
it's,
was like
lab
that.
coat, like
What are you buying?
What do you sell?
only drugs. That's the only thing people sold in my school.
It
Really?
was food for me. Like kids would make spam bees like the morning.
Oh.
Like spam bees, which are
Damn,
delicious.
I need to
Oh,
fucking take my kid to
that's so nice.
Bring
Hawaii
them
in
to
high
school,
school.
sell them for a
Hawaii
big premium.
things.
Yeah,
Wow.
very big brain.
That's smart.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
feel like
for-
if there were things going on like that in my school, I was just oblivious. I had a lot of very innocent high school life.
Okay, not to be weird, but looking back, I now remember like so many parties in high school where there were like much older men and like underage girls.
Ew.
Anyone relate?
Oh,
Like
No.
it was like
I didn't go to high school party.
because obviously when you're in high school it's like 14 to 18, but then there's people who do like a victory lap or two and their friends. Yeah, so there would be like parties with like 15-year-olds and 20-year-olds at the same time.
Weird.
And like the thing that kind of makes me cringe is remembering that like back then, like the older a guy is, it's like the cooler he is. But in reality,
That
that's
just means
not
he's
cool.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even have high school parties. So, but that's
really
fucking weird, dude. Jesus. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go to those parties?
I didn't really go to that many parties. I went to the dances because I was like school involved. But dude,
You heard about
when
it?
something happens, the whole school knows.
Yeah.
It should shoot. I'm surprised you guys are all like from the U.S. and I'm from Canada, and I had like the crazy high
You
school.
had the American
experience.
high school
No,
experience.
we
I
had
don't-
drugs.
I remember like dare programs. I don't know. All drugs are bad.
Yeah,
whatever
making
the
the
fuck.
pamphlet. This is why cigarettes are bad.
Yeah.
Everyone else not listening though.
I guess no one was listening in high school.
The best, you know, like their drug campaigns back then were like, oh, don't do drugs, you'll die. But the best one was like, oh, like, what was this? I don't know, like, oh, this guy did weed. He did not die. He did not get sick. He did not get disease. He did not do this. In fact, he didn't do anything. And then the campaign is basically showing him.
Oh, he's just a lazy piece
Yeah,
of shit. Yeah,
and
okay.
getting nothing done with his life. I'm like, that's actually really strong.
That's a lot
like,
more impactful than like, you
like
go
more-
to hell.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
it's a
that's
lot
true.
more honest about it. Like, it just, yeah.
Yeah, drugs are weird, dude. I would never do drugs.
Oh, I remember. Okay, I'm just on a tangent. When you mentioned like older guys and like the younger girl at the party, this took place like I remember I was in an MMO and there was this guy who wanted to be my friend. I'm like, okay, this is nice. And he would always like, hey, you know, you're really cute. Like, you know, blah, blah, blah. He sends me free items and stuff. I'm like, okay. And he's like, where do you live? And I'm stupidly was like, oh, I live in, you know, New Jersey, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, oh, I live here. Maybe we can like meet up or something. And I'm like, I was like 14 by the 15, right? And I'm like, something isn't like clicking in
Fully
my brain.
computing, yeah.
Right? It was like weird because every time I went in the game, he would wait for me and like sit with me and stuff. Eventually,
Fucking henny hoes, man.
I was like, hey, I don't want to meet you. Like, I don't want to. And he's like, but I gave you all of this stuff. I'm like,
Okay,
I
bye.
don't want to meet you. And then he started like making me feel really bad. Like, I can't believe you would do this to me. You're a terrible friend. Oh. And then I just blocked him.
Good.
That was creepy though.
I used to meet a lot of people online, and I think that's where I got most of my social experience. And I distinctly remember talking to a guy through League, becoming friends. And this is off topic, so we could cut it out. And I was like,
Oh, fuck.
God,
I was like, sir, you need a
Throw yourself
therapist
in a
or
fire.
psychiatrist. I cannot help. And then I deleted him because I was very scared. and
Yeah,
little.
yeah. It is not on a 14-year-old to give advice about that
to-
shit.
That's so.
Internet be wild.
Oh,
I mean, I was on like, I mean, not related to your story, but I dated a girl in Maple Story, and we were like, you know, we do fucking coupley shit, you know, like I felt like a real relationship. And then one day she asked for my MySpace. I feel like I've said this story a couple times. She asked for my MySpace, and you know, I was 14 at the time, or 13. We exchanged MySpace after like 4 months. Yeah, she was 18. So after that, she like unmarried me. And then
Did she know that you were?
that was 14?
Yeah.
No, not until she saw my MySpace page and saw that I was underage.
Bro, can you imagine?
And then like I didn't understand why she like unmarried me. So like I low-key stalk her and like, you know, control F, like see what channel they're on, see the
Yeah.
location, like she'd be with another boy. And then like, yeah, it broke my heart. I was crying
no.
for like
For the best.
that was like the first girl I ever cried about. Yeah.
So sad.
Yeah. But like, yeah.
I feel like the list of like weird childhood shit I've gone through, like I could just go on and on. The first guy I liked online, and he liked me, and we had like a little Maple Story relationship
yeah.
too. And we would message each other through YouTube.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, YouTube used to have a
YouTube
messaging.
Holy
messages, YouTube
shit.
inboxes.
It was like kind of like email-ish, right?
Yeah,
I remember
it
this.
was an inbox.
Yeah.
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 Super weird.
And it was like so cringy. I found some of it not long ago. Ouch to read, okay? And then I think I don't even remember why, but I was like, oh, like we can't be together. I like need to move on, whatever. And he was like, I'm gonna kill myself. And my mind, imagine the first, your first random Maple Story boyfriend, and he's like, I'm gonna kill myself. And my anxiety levels boom. I told my mom.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
And she's like, don't worry about it. Oh, but he's totally fine. And now we're friends on Instagram.
Okay, funny how
And he's
things
like, I
are.
really like your stream. I'm like, thank you.
That's funny as
Do you ever get
fuck.
like your old friends from high school or school finding your stream or your YouTube and
And
like
being like, I wish I like talked to you more in high school now. Okay.
I do occasionally, yeah. It's more like I still keep in touch with a few high school friends,
Yeah.
but it's like it's the ones that like you never talk to that much, and who then like hit you up.
Yeah, dude. For the homies, like I'll help them out, but like if they're like some random from my high school that like we talked like I don't know a handful of times, like okay, no, it will not be on your podcast. Fuck off.
I had this guy from I don't know high school or college. I don't remember. Right? We were like friends, I think, but then obviously drift apart. Don't really do much. I don't talk to him. Period.
Yeah.
He emailed me and Hannah, our manager.
Oh my
Multiple
god.
times, like, hey, I knew her in this school. Like, we used to work together. We used to like do stuff together. Can you please like get me in contact? Like, I would like her to help promote my music album thingy machine. I don't remember what it was. He wanted me to promote his music, and I'm like, no,
Oh no.
no.
No,
Just felt awkward, like.
it's weird.
Like they preface it like, hey, like we used to like, I know her, like we're close, stuff like that. It's always interesting.
Oh, dude, I cringed actually. So that was delayed.
The delayed.
He just wanted
cringe.
me to like promote his music. I'm like,
What kind of music was it? Just out of curiosity.
It was just a song. I don't know what to call it. It was a song.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was like just an okay song.
Mm-hmm.
How do you
I had
guys-
no interest in it,
Yeah.
How do you guys think you've changed over the years?
Change is good. Sorry. Sorry.
Personally, like as I said earlier, I don't know why. Like I literally used to think like people fell into two baskets, and it was like you're good or you're bad, which is like it's kind of like a big-headed thing to think. So I think that and just like managing friendships, not taking shit too seriously. I mean, I still do, but I just like it's like I recognize myself more, and I recognize I was worse.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think I appreciate other people's different like skills more. I used to be like you just have to be good at, and like I wouldn't appreciate like communication and stuff as much. I remember like a friend being like she prioritized communication over like I think she was going into engineering, and she was like they're of equal importance, like the ability to do the thing and the ability to communicate the thing. And I was like, no, it's not, idiot. You just need to be able to do the thing. But like if you can do anything, but if you can't communicate it to people, it's fucking useless.
It is
So, like,
useless, yeah.
appreciate social skills a lot more now. 100%.
I'm more open-minded too. I used to think like all drugs, death. Why'd people happy?
And now I'm a crack addict. That's what's good.
We all are.
Change.
I don't kill. I don't know. How did I change? Less self-conscious, I guess, in general. A lot more open. Yeah.
Even over the last like 3-4 years
Yeah.
that we've known each other.
Yeah, actually, you're right. Absolutely right.
I think I've been better at like if someone comes to me for advice, like I'm pretty good at like giving them like understanding. Like I'm better at understanding people now.
Putting yourself in other people's
You're
shoes.
more,
Yeah.
you're more
My-
empathetic.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like an empath.
You're like empath.
Because before you just you'd see it from your eyes and like that's it. You know, like you.
Yeah, that's a good skill to have.
I think it's a skill everyone
Underappreciated.
should have.
Yeah, it's super underappreciated.
Putting yourself in their shoes, and you realized, oh, we should stop being dicks to each other.
Sometimes it's hard, but
Mm-hmm.
if you could tell your younger self anything, what would it be?
Listen to your parents even less. Go with your gut more.
Wow.
Yes.
I agree with that. Go with your gut.
I like go with your gut.
I've had so much success with
Especially
that.
with
Jesus
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when people kind of rub you the wrong way,
Yeah.
don't worry about it.
A lot of the time you end up being right.
Fuck. Yeah.
I think for me, especially like stress less. I didn't really realize till like later in like university, but like I gave myself health issues from stressing over school when I'm like 16. What the fuck?
But at that
You
age,
know?
like you don't know any better.
You really don't.
Like your entire life is probably just
Yeah.
school, studying. You're probably really worried about what you're gonna do, what college you're gonna get into, your parents' expectations of you, and comparing yourself to your peers. Like two people that age, I feel like it's difficult.
Oh,
You have
for
like such a
sure.
narrow world view.
Yeah.
You're not able to see it.
You can't see the big picture.
Small things kind of feel like the end of the world.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's
for
hard
sure.
to be convinced otherwise, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
But it is.
also like you get so much fucking work in high school, dude. Or like
Yeah.
you have 6 classes, all right, and
Wait,
like
do you think it's bad? And then you go into university and you're like,
oh god,
Yeah.
dude, like
even
it's insane. I mean, university not. I don't think it was bad for me, but
That's why I gave up in high school. I did no work. Oh, once I was in Spanish 2 honors. I remember this, and this was the year I started like deteriorating.
muy bien.
deteriorating.
No, like literally deteriorating. She gave us a test, right? It's like 2 pages of Spanish, and I'm like, I know nothing. I'm not gonna do anything on this except draw all over the paper. So both sides, I drew all over the paper, and she's coming, getting the paper, handing in the test and everything. And she looks at mine, and she looks at me, and she looks at my paper, and she's like, like, what do you say to that? What do you say?
I thought you were gonna say like she gave you some marks for nice drawings.
No, nothing. She looks so like baffled. Like, what do you even do with this? Like, what would you do?
There's
no constructive criticism. Yeah.
And I told her, I just gave her this like sorry.
Fucking it is what
Sorry,
it is.
it is what it
man.
is.
Yeah.
I don't like Spanish. Peace. That was fun.
Yeah. It's a stupid amount of work for that age.
Oh, it
I
was a
agree.
lot of work.
It-
That's
it
why I
is
just stopped
stupid. Yeah.
and just played games.
I did a lot of giving up in high school as well.
I just wish high school was a bit more well-rounded, so people of different types could
Yeah, that would have been cool.
excel and like learn to enjoy learning.
Yeah, so I think that was the biggest problem for a lot of people. Like they don't know how to.
Enjoy like the process.
Yeah, it's
of improvement.
it's really.
I think I just
fun.
got lucky because I
Yeah.
like math and shit, or like the stuff that was forced upon, but it's forced upon everyone. And if that's not your cup of tea, then it's just not fair.
I remember in history class, I asked the teacher, like, what's the point of learning all this, like doing that thing?
I was that kid.
I've totally said that.
And I will never forget the look on his face of just disappointment. He was an older person. He clearly liked teaching history. He's like, so we don't make the same mistakes again. I'm like, I just felt so bad. I'm like, I just shut up. I didn't say anything else. Oh, good times.
Yeah, I didn't. I stopped trying up until like I don't know, like some point in middle of senior year where I was like, oh, I need to work to eat, and I was like teaching myself how to do computer stuff at that point. And I was like focusing on grades and stuff, and I was like, wow, I don't have like a 1.8 anymore. Like it was going up and up. And then I was like, man, I'm getting worse at computer stuff because I'm spending so much time on like English and stuff. And I was like, nah, fuck that. Back to computer stuff. And they slipped all
Hey,
over
the
again.
decision worked out.
Yeah, I guess so.
There were some fun classes in high school, like art,
Art.
music,
Yeah,
creative writing.
There was a cooking class I
I
never
love
got to
creative
take.
writing.
How did you did you give yourself projects?
Yeah,
So-
just
so
like
for-
stuff online.
I see.
Like I would sit in like band class and then like this or like after school band because I was in like so much band. And I'd have like, it was super cringe. Like I'd have my laptop on another chair next to me. Also, all like the good saxophone players graduated, so I was like de facto first chair for saxophone. So he couldn't do shit. He couldn't be like no. And so like when my section wasn't playing, I just like go over on my computer and like start coding shit and stop paying attention to him completely.
That's funny.
Yeah, just like random projects. You know, my speaking of your history teacher that you made sad, we had a substitute teacher that the kids in our class, they bullied him so hard that he went to his desk and started crying. And I felt it wasn't me. I wasn't one of the people, but they were like, fuck, his name was something like Funny. I think his name was
What
like,
happened after that?
he kept crying and he was just sitting in his desk for like the whole period and we just like had a, you know, de facto free period. And I felt so bad for him. I wrote a little note for him. I was like, I apologize for the other kids in my class, and I like slipped it onto his
That
desk
is so cute.
and fucking left. Like, there's nothing more I could do.
That's really
Like,
sad.
what am I
Kids
gonna?
can be
Yeah,
really, really relentlessly cruel.
yeah. What are you gonna do?
You
Stand
don't
up to the
know.
teacher? Stand up to the kids for the teacher?
Yeah,
How do you do that?
That's just fucking
But I
bad
think
news.
that is probably a gesture that means a lot. To
Yeah,
him,
he probably liked
or
it
meant a lot to him. Meaned.
Yeah, Jesus. He kept substitute teaching, so
Nice.
that's
You
tough.
saved him.
I remember I had a substitute teacher in 8th grade that no one liked.
Yeah,
He was very quirky, you know, like everyone made fun of him behind his back. He left his laptop open once, and we all saw a divorce article. And then he quickly closes it,
Oh,
and that like always like and then we're like, oh my god, did you like your kids?
yeah.
And then we felt really bad after that.
You know, my science teacher did something really fucked once, and it didn't register it as fucked at the time, but he took all the kids' grades in the middle of the semester and he put them on like the board for everyone to see, and he was
God.
like,
Oh, fuck.
okay, these are the group of kids that, and he like pointed to like the good grades above like a B. This is the group of kids who are gonna do something with their lives, and this is the group of kids who's gonna work at McDonald's and work for these kids. And I was like, guess I'm working at McDonald's. Fuck you. And then now look at me. I make YouTube videos on the internet for kids, idiot.
But you make it very seldom. You make them like once every.
Yeah, sometimes not even that
Not even,
often.
like, you
Yeah,
don't even
yeah.
make them, you know.
That was such like a weird, unnecessary
hate it
thing
when
to do.
People are like, "Oh, you're
mean,
gonna
it-
work at McDonald's." As if like
Oh
that's.
my god,
maybe
I
it
got
works.
told
Use
that
that.
so much.
We need people
Who
working-
work at
Yeah,
McDonald's.
we need everyone.
Fucking
It's like-
dreams come true at McDonald's parking lots at 1 a.m.
Nate
You know
Shot
this.
used to work at McDonald's.
Yeah, fuck. Nothing wrong with that.
I don't think so either. It's just so condescending and like feels
Yeah.
bad. Like why?
Yeah.
This one time in
Always feels bad
second
to hear.
grade, I wanted to do good on a test, but I knew that I
side of the
wouldn't,
list I
and
was
I
on.
had like a paper beneath me, and so I was like looking at the answers. So I cheated on a test in second grade, and then after the test finished, I felt so bad. I told the teacher.
I'm sorry.
I was like, "I'm sorry, I cheated." She's like, "It's okay."
Oh, she probably thought you were so precious. Honestly, like a little girl.
That's
Just,
I'm like crying.
Aw.
You guys cheat a lot in school? Well, not you, obviously, after that
Yeah.
traumatizing
I
experience.
cheated twice.
I was.
It happens sometimes. Don't get caught though.
I usually had like a group of boys, and like, you know, they'd all sit around me, and like I'd be the cheatee. Like they cheat.
Cheated, or they would cheat off of you.
Yeah. And so like we'd have like signals, you know, like. You know, like
Shit.
or sometimes, I mean, more often they'd just look at my paper and just like,
Oh, just look.
In I think 4th grade, we had a test. You had to know all the 50 states. Yeah, and I cheated. I looked at like my neighbor's answer and I wrote it down, and then I felt so bad, right? So I like looked at my paper. I'm like, am I really gonna hand this in? I can get a good grade, but I'd be a cheater. So I sat down. I'm like, all right, let me compromise. So I crossed out like a few answers to give myself a solid like,
Integrity.
C or B.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah.
you know what? This is fine. I got this. And I
yeah, 'cause you don't.
Pretty fair.
You also,
had integrity.
you also don't want to raise any like eyebrows, you know, like, huh?
Did too
The
well.
girl who was
What?
doodling
She
and for the whole
failed
first
the-
quarter now has an A+.
Huh? Yeah.
Go, did you guys have chubby phases?
Yes.
Oh yes.
No.
Same. But I remember, like, near the end of my chubby phase, like, this guy in class, like, deadpan, like, called me fat in front of the whole class. Yeah. And I think I cried, and the teacher was like, that's not nice.
Why?
But then, like, no meme. I went to Morocco, and, like, in a summer, I don't know
Wait,
if it was puberty, Morocco, like, in a
Probably the
summer, I
food.
probably
How old
dropped,
were
like,
you?
30. Fourth grade. What's fourth
Oh,
grade?
fourth grade.
Wow. That's,
Like 8 or 9, 9ish.
I actually don't
Yeah.
know.
Still
and you
baby.
just dropped it.
The whole, like, all the way.
Fuck, let's go to Morocco, boys. Fuck.
I was-
Morocco.
But I remember
Summer
that now.
program.
But I grew up going to the same high school as him, and it's like, it's so sad because like kids don't even mean that sort of thing.
No,
but
they
things
don't.
like that will always happen.
They will stick with you.
I hope it doesn't stick with people too much because I think even the other kids are like either projecting or had a bad day or whatever it is.
Are you okay?
Oh my god, I want to see chubby phase all of you
Oh
guys.
my
you know?
I know.
I was chubby around that age too, but that was because I ate ice cream like every day. Then my mom took me to the pediatrician, and my pediatrician like looked at my cholesterol level. It was really fucking high for my age, like dangerously so. And then she's like, "Lily, will you step outside for a second while I yell at your mom?"
Oh
She
my
ripped into my
God.
mom like, "How could you let your
Really?
child get to this point? Her cholesterol level is like abnormally high, like even for an adult."
How the
And my
fuck
mom
did
got
that
like
happen,
so
though?
scared.
Whoa,
I don't
yeah.
know. My cholesterol level was just really high.
Wow.
So and then my mom's like, "All right, you need to start eating salads and nothing." And like, I just felt so shamed,
Oh,
right?
Oh,
That's
not
not
the way to do it.
There was one
Yeah.
time I wanted to eat a yogurt, right? It had some cholesterol, it's, yogurts are fatty,
Yeah.
right? My mom snatches it out of my hand, looks at the nutrition facts, and she's like, "Do you want to die?"
Holy
It's
shit.
a yogurt though.
Mom is yogurt.
It was like, it's a lot of sugar. Yogurt's
Yeah.
have a
But
like,
still.
so I felt so bad,
Yeah,
man.
that is not how to deal with that.
You know what
That's
though?
not-
I'm glad the doctor like ripped into your mom
Yeah.
and not into you, you
Yeah,
know?
100%.
Oh
not
yeah,
your
no, it
fault.
wasn't
Yeah.
my fault.
Yeah.
Not my fault. My mom gave me money every day
Yeah, I
to
mean,
buy
like-
ice cream. Went to the same store every day.
Same
just bought
ice cream?
ice cream. No, I bought a different kind of ice cream every single day.
He sampled the whole stuff.
That's what's up.
I dropped my chubby phase. It was like high school, because like middle school and high school, I was just like, wait, what is that? But I figured the reason I dropped it on accident, unintentionally, because my parents would give me like lunch money, you know, to eat, you know, like you do.
And you would not
And I was
spend
like,
it on.
this is mine now. And I just put it in my pocket, and that was then I didn't have like allowance, so that was my like fucking allowance.
Yeah, no, I did the same
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
thing.
And then I just wouldn't
Wow.
eat throughout the day, and then I go home and have one meal, and it was just a fucking massive meal, and that's how that happened.
I mean, you made money, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
I- I-
that reminds me.
but
ahead.
my parents stopped giving me lunch money because
They knew?
because I'd go out a lot and be like, "Hey, how are you paying for that movie?"
Nice friends.
You flew too close to the
Yeah,
sun.
and we
Why
got
do you-
burned.
Why do you have new clothes? Those new shoes.
Damn.
I remember when my dad caught on to the fact that our high school dances were really inappropriate. But I always went because like I was student council, I was really involved.
Yeah.
But when he realized and he was like, you know, like, is there anything that would make you maybe not want to go to the dance? And I was like, $40 next on cash.
Hell yeah, dude! I would do the same shit.
Yeah.
I just
would do the
stayed
same.
home.
Yeah, that's,
That's great. Now you win out in that
Yeah,
transaction.
really.
Like, that's
Dude.
amazing.
He's happy, I'm happy.
Yeah, you're learning business
all
at
good.
a young age.
Truly.
Wow.
How did your dad find out about the dances?
I don't recall. I mean, I think
Probably
all
parents talk. you know?
because as I said, like at one point they had to stop them because like kids were showing up drunk or like
Oh.
it was just wilding
They
out.
probably
So I
made-
think all the parents kind of heard.
Maybe they made like an announcement or something. Like,
Trauma. I'm joking. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
holy shit!
If this video gets 50,
Oh
We'll do a
my
dedicated
God.
trauma episode.
Let's get 50K likes, guys. Dedicated childhood trauma episode. Okay.
Is that a lot of? Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
do it
smart.
4 times the usual amount.
Oh, four?
Four.
Isn't 3 like
That's too
fair?
much.
Yeah.
Even twice as much as a lot. So, 40K likes. We'll talk about our childhood traumas in depth.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Have
Remember
a
to
great
like,
day.
comment, and subscribe to this video.
Or else Michael Reeves will show up while your lights are turned off from under your bed yelling nightmare, 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 nightmare
With a taser.
with a taser.
I think people
And his
would
demon
like
dog,
that.
which will maybe.
Or else he won't.
Or else he won't upload a new video.
Ooh.
I'll do that anyway. Thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.
Bye.
Hello, welcome to the 7th ever offline TV podcast. I am obligated to tell you that this podcast
Hey guys, welcome back to Ghost Puberty.
is in fact on iTunes and Spotify.
Cool.
Is that it?
Welcome to the Boys Only podcast.
Ah,
version.
yes.
And the single boys only podcast.
Not intentional, but happened.
Welcome,
Yes.
Welcome to the brotherhood, my friend.
Yeah, when I heard
Our
we're
new-
doing a singles boys podcast, I'm like, I don't want to miss out.
Oh my gosh.
Just for this podcast.
So yeah, we're all boys and we're all single.
Yes.
Crazy coincidence.
So there's only one topic to talk about.
Restoring the patriarchy.
Has the patriarchy been overthrown yet? I feel like it's still the patriarchy though.
Maybe.
You
Maybe
want it
you're right.
more restored.
Yeah, I want it to be more.
You know, when the Titanic went down, I think 80% of female and children survived, while like 70% of men died. Why? You know, why was that the case? Because the men stayed on board.
I'm learning a lot of historical facts I did not expect to learn at the beginning of this podcast.
The numbers may be off, but you know, should it always be women and children first?
On like a Titanic in 2020 kind of event.
Who's paid the most?
I think that is what they did. I think first class people had like a 90% survival rate.
Ah,
Like
yeah.
if you're in the
That's nuts.
cabin or you're a worker, you're just like
Yeah.
all dead. Would you give up your seat on the life? Let's say you're on the lifeboat.
Yeah.
You would give
You
up
know-
your
oh,
seat?
You know, it's hard to say if you're not there.
Yeah.
Right? It's very hard to say. I think
there's
that
no
none of us can
icebergs around.
confidently say. I would like to think that I
I mean,
would.
there's like a fat chance you die.
Yeah.
As
like
we're human
99%
beings.
chance you
Yeah.
die, you stay on the boat.
And it depends who I'm giving it up to, you know?
Yeah,
I'm not, I'm not giving it to some random, you know?
Yeah, maybe if you know the person.
Okay,
like,
this is
I don't value
scary.
my life very highly. So if I was on the lifeboat and I'm like, why would I give that up for someone who might value their life very highly? You know what I mean?
You would
I have
give-
to be asking each person, hey, are you happy? Are you going to be good in the next 30 years?
Where are you in
God.
your life right now? Would you give it up for a child?
That's easier.
Yeah, a
Yes.
child's
yeah,
easier.
Yeah, a child is much easier.
Wait,
I feel
that's
like, I feel like I
easier?
could fit the child on my lap.
Wait, that's easier?
Just saying. Just saying.
Wait, I agree with that. Like,
A kid is like half a person, you know?
yeah, exactly.
If they're like 13, I don't know, man.
Look, it'd be really hard.
They lived.
I like to think I'm a nice person,
you'd like
but
to think.
but I don't know.
You'll
Like,
be dead if you stay on the boat. By the way, the boat's going down. It's
Okay.
cracked in half. The
okay.
lifeboat is about to
no.
sail.
Did you see the Titanic? You know, where at the very end, where like, spoiler by the way, the guy dies. Like he couldn't hold on anymore, and she lives. Like now, that could be me, but like I throw her off. So it's like possible that like I could be alive, right, by hanging on to like one of the debris.
Yes.
So I'm just saying it's not 100%. It's like a 98 or like a 95.
Okay, they both could have survived.
They could have.
Just saying.
What about you,
I-
Toast? Would you? You have your spot on the Titanic
Probably.
nowadays?
See, here's the thing. I have to calculate the chances that if I do survive, will people find out that
Ah.
I did what I did?
Yes. that's
Because
very
like
smart.
if they like, cause other people are on the boats and they're gonna be like, wow, this guy's a
He's
real
the big-
asshole.
So then, like, I gotta kill all the other people on the life raft.
Oh my
It's gonna be
God.
pain. What is the modern day equivalent of the Titanic? Giving your spot? What is it? Giving someone your coronavirus vaccination shot? Is that the modern day equivalent?
I don't think there has been something like that
If,
yet.
I don't even think there is one.
Yeah. Like, is there even any chance to like? There's not a lot of modern day situations where sacrificing your life can save.
You
another
know,
person.
honestly, the closest we can get is probably taking a group of people into the Bermuda Triangle and seeing what happens.
What does happen in the Bermuda Triangle?
Apparently, stuff just gets lost sometimes. And it's like
I'm sorry. What is a
mostly myth.
Bermuda Triangle?
Alpha, you don't know about the Bermuda
No,
Triangle?
No, what is it? Sounds familiar
It's
though.
an area of the Pacific Ocean that like has a lot of crashes and boat wrecks, or like tradition. Like there are stories about it. I don't know like the truth to the amount that happens. In the
yeah.
Bermuda.
I see, I see.
Apparently, like you can just get like boat wrecked or die and stuff, or get like I don't know.
Yeah. It's mostly myths.
Modern day Titanic. Just saying, it could happen. And I just want to say, if we were on the boat together, Fed, I would not give you the spot.
All right. I mean, that's fair.
So guy stuff.
Yeah.
Guy stuff.
Guy stuff.
Guy stuff. Okay. Do you guys shave your pubes?
100%, dude. Like,
Yes.
I mean, especially if I'm gonna go out, like, it's a must.
What's your method?
I have like a razor to shave my face and have a razor just for my balls.
Like regular hand razor? Like
No.
electric
I
razor?
like electric.
Electric?
Yeah.
How about you, Michael?
Kind of hand razor.
Oh fuck, that's scary as
Yeah,
fuck,
I know.
dude. That's raw.
But best results come from manual labor.
Do you shave it?
Although you shave it clean, huh?
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Oh yeah.
Holy
And
fuck.
I have never
Jesus.
once nicked myself.
Oh.
I have nicked myself on my face
I
so
actually-
many times,
I've nicked
but
myself.
I'm like fucking laser focused, electron microscope in the shower looking down there.
So I've used a razor and I nicked my balls.
I am so
Oh my
I
god.
cannot relate.
Yeah. So I stopped using it.
This makes
Demons
sense.
start coming out?
Pee started coming out. It was just blood. Oh fuck! I gotta get it back.
Okay. Yeah, but Scar, what do you do, buddy?
Razor.
Razor.
The brave.
Would you use electric?
Fortune
I
fairy.
don't
use
use
electric.
electric. I never use electric for anything.
Electric just seems safer.
Yeah.
Is it like even for your face? Is it better? Do you feel good
Oh,
about
yeah,
it?
I
I
love
think
for my
you get a
face.
closer shave with like
Also,
a manual razor. though.
I've talked. I asked the girls this question, like, do you guys like it like clean or trimmed? They're like, a lot of them told me trimmed. So that's why I mean, this is when I was like in high school. So that's.
Yeah,
that's
they don't
just-
want a Ken doll. Down
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
They want like a little bit of.
And then I noticed when like it's like grow, like when you clean it and then it starts to grow, it's very like porcupiney. It's very like
Yeah, when it first starts in your
yeah. And then it gets itchy for me.
Same.
This is
Tell
this
me
is not the
about it.
topic I expected to be talking about 5 minutes into
Welcome
the
to the
podcast.
guys episode.
Welcome to the guys episode.
Yeah, because I can't. Dude, I just scratch my balls all day. I don't know how you do it. Like Jesus Christ, dude. Because it's so itchy, you know. If you clean shave.
Don't cut all the way down. Like, get to a certain good length, and then
Wait, but doesn't it always clean all the way? Isn't it always because you're using a razor? Isn't it
it's
just
not
clean?
like always. You can like kind of manage it. Do you use an electric razor toast?
Yes, I do.
Oh, electric. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm glad we know that now.
Yeah, now we know that about each other.
I feel like we've
Now we
shared
know.
too much information with the public
Only 5 minutes.
way too early into this podcast.
Let's share some more.
Yeah. What else do guys talk about?
This is what Lily wants to know. what we
How often do you
talk
guys
about.
jack off? Like I know. I mean, I know Michael. I know how much Michael jacks off, but I don't know how much Scar and.
Sorry,
I
how
mean-
do you know that?
Because we told each other we're both 10.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
you
yeah.
were listening in. Like,
Oh my
I thought you were like helping him or something. I'm just like, wait, what do you guys do upstairs?
What happens upstairs stays upstairs.
So I'm gonna be honest. I like ritually, like as a ritual, like I always have my good night fap. So like, there's always like a,
Reasonable.
Like every day?
yeah, for the most part.
Like once a
I
day.
mean, sometimes when I'm like super tired, like I'm out, like it just doesn't happen. But like,
Well, you
toast,
guys-
toast. You wanna?
All right, that's the end of the episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in.
Toast is like counting, like, oh, is it 3 or 4 like times a day? like,
Like maybe 4 a week.
okay, fair.
Yeah, normal.
How do you know that's normal? Did you Google it? Did you ask? Did you poll a friend?
I would say on average it's once every 2 days for most guys.
I have a problem. Yeah.
Why are you looking at me, Michael?
You're just the
It's,
one who didn't
it's
answer
actually
the
like
question.
super healthy to fap.
Dude, I have the same as toast. Actually, it's between like toast and fat.
Sure.
Probably more
Oh,
toward
here's a
toast.
question. Do you guys pleasure yourself while you're in a relationship?
Oh, of course. Yeah, dude, it's like so nice to like just like fap and finally like not fuck for once. Like Jesus, like I mean, I'm sure you understand. Like sometimes you just want to like solo RV, you know, like
It's fun to duo cube.
yeah. Sometimes duo queue is too much.
I do not very often in a relationship. Not often. Yeah.
Okay. Scar?
Dude, it's been so long since I've been in a relationship. I have forgotten actually. Like it's been a long time. What about you, Toast?
Yeah, because honestly, no one knows your penis like you do.
That is true.
You know what you like
Exactly.
more than anyone else.
You guys don't have to answer the question, but like, how quick do you guys finish?
Okay. Moving on.
Yeah, we're gonna move on.
Because like, I like to take my time. You know what I mean?
Instead of loving ourselves, we should find someone to love us. So let's talk about girls
Okay.
and what we look for in girls, because we're all single now, right? But I'm sure it's easy for us to get in a relationship with anyone, with just anybody off the streets, because we're famous content creators. What? No.
Like, you'd be surprised.
I'd say it is. A lot of girls out there are attracted to fame.
So you're saying right now, if you tweeted that you wanted to be in a relationship, that you would
that a girl would
automatically
offer?
that you would automatically be in a relationship.
He's saying that it's not easy to just like talk, like meet someone, like.
I'm saying it's easy for us to be in a relationship if we wanted to,
Yeah.
but not necessarily with
Well,
someone we want to be.
We
In a
have high standards.
Okay, yeah. I can maybe see that.
Yeah, like if all four of us said, we would take any girl to be in a relationship.
They'd have to be breathing is what is like the standard we're
Yeah,
using.
you better believe girls are hitting up our DMs. But that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for,
The ones that aren't. Yet.
What?
Yeah, the ones that are like
Aren't breathing?
No.
Oh, okay, my bad.
The ones that, aren't in our DMs. It's always the ones that don't have are the ones that we want. You know what I mean? I like the chase.
I see what
you like the chase fed.
Yeah, I love the chase.
Do you feel like when a girl starts showing interest back, you're kind of like,
It depends. No, I think it really depends on the girl.
You're a chase kind of guy.
Yeah.
I fucking despise the chase.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not a fan.
you don't like the chase?
think
You
if
like the
you're-
rush.
I think if you're just like both have amicable feelings, then it's nice. I don't like being on the fucking Bachelor and doing shit like that. I just like want to date someone who has amicable feelings. You know what I
So
mean?
you don't play the game?
What game?
The game where like you know the game, right? Like where you respond, like you don't respond immediately, but you wait to respond, and then like if you don't tell them you like him, you wait to see if they like you first, because then you have all the power. You know what I mean? Like
I hate the game.
Dude,
I'm with Michael.
we all
Despise
subconsciously play the game. I bet.
No, I mean,
I
But, like-
don't
but,
like
like,
right away tell someone that I like them.
Yeah.
I don't, like,
Of course not.
shotgun it.
Of course not. Because then they have all the power.
Yeah. Well, wait,
Whoa.
no, that's not the reason.
Interesting view on relationship dynamics, the power.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Like,
I feel like we're playing different games.
No, guys.
you're in an ARAM.
Yeah, exactly.
I swear to God, all the boys that are watching this video are like fed. Like, yeah, everyone plays the game, right?
No, I know what you mean. I just don't do it that way.
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun.
let's
Yeah.
say you're texting a girl and
Yeah.
she takes on average 20 minutes to respond.
Yeah.
But you're responding like within 1 minute each
Oh no,
time.
I'll,
See,
I'll do
that's-
it in 20. I'll like match the pace.
Yeah. See, you're playing,
playing
the
the
game.
game.
You're playing the game.
Okay, maybe I'm playing like ARAM on the side of it. I'm like playing a little bit of the game. I just don't want to like seem weird. If someone's texting me every 20 minutes, I'm not gonna text them back right away. That's just, and I don't just do that with girls. I do that with everyone who messages me because I feel weird if I'm.
So you're
always
playing the
quick.
game with everyone in your life.
Exactly.
Mine is pretty consistent. Like regardless, it's like a couple minutes.
As soon as you see it, you respond.
Couple minutes usually. It's not like a sometimes actually as soon as I see it, especially if they're responding back. But like I don't wait like 20 minutes.
That's nice.
I don't care. Like I'll just respond, do my own shit, and then if they respond back and I see it, whatever. I feel like I don't like to tunnel too much on like okay, they took 20 minutes, I have to take like 15, and then if they take like 15, I'll take like a little bit longer because it means I have to. I was like fuck that.
Yeah,
dude.
play the game.
I don't.
Scara.
No. But maybe that's why I'm not in a relationship. I don't play the game.
Yeah, see, you gotta make it look like you're a busy man with a lot of things going on.
I usually make it look like that on accident. My phone's always on Do Not Disturb, so sometimes I like,
Yeah.
take half a
You
day
just
to
don't
respond.
respond.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually I'm streaming, so I look like that too. It's like I respond 7 hours, like shit.
So I literally am a busy person.
Yeah,
I don't
shit.
seem like I'm a busy person.
Okay, so strategy 1 is don't respond to their
what is this podcast going to be?
And like there's so much that goes into it, like the length of the text, like the emojis, like which are you using emojis? Like, dude, it's honestly a sport.
Girls use a lot of emojis.
Yeah.
They use a lot of emoticons.
I'll usually match that.
You match it?
Some emojis. I never used to put exclamation marks in text.
Okay.
And then I saw people doing it. It was
Oh,
like,
hold
fuck.
on, pause. Avon,
Get out of the room.
You're not a fucking
Get
guy.
out.
What do you
this
want,
Is a guys
woman?
only. This is a guys only podcast.
This is boys only.
Oh,
Okay, you can
Yeah.
you can take it.
alright,
Those
okay,
are
I think-
boys only
picture.
socials.
yo, Yvonne, do you play the game of texting? If someone texts you, do you wait 20 minutes to text back? So you don't seem too.
Wait, you can't do this.
clingy?
She's actually.
Well, when you were first like you and Sean.
I'll have you guys know, okay? People, I can reply.
Come here. Speaking to the mic. So do you play the game?
Well, no, I don't have to. I can reply right away and it's fine. No one ever thinks of it.
But when you
anyway.
first were like you and Sean weren't a thing yet.
Okay.
Like, were you playing the game?
No.
You just responded immediately.
I don't like guys who play the game. If they're not gonna respond to me, or if they're gonna like.
See,
take
Yvonne is a
breaks to
fucking
respond,
unicorn, boys.
then
Do
I'll-
not.
Yes, right?
Then I
Okay.
don't care. I just rather not talk.
Thank you, Avon. I
Okay,
knew there were
see,
girls
there
like
needs
you
to
out
be
there.
more girls like you out there. There just isn't, though, unfortunately. Yeah.
I think
but-
I worry
but-
about like wanting like the chase because I fear that if I am like tunneling on that, I'm tunneling on the chase, right, and not on the person. And so if we did get together at some point, I'm afraid that like, oh, that was just I was tunneling on the chase and not the person, and then you lose kind of feelings down the line.
I think I get what you
Delete
mean.
the fucking Instagram video, idiot.
Yeah, it's like
Wait, sir. Are you saying that during the chase you feel like you won't exactly be yourself and they won't exactly be themselves? Is that what you're saying?
I think
Or you're too focused on it?
yeah,
That you.
you're focused on something that is not the
Dude,
person.
I feel Michael. I don't want to be focused on getting into a relationship. I just would rather like I want to focus on like the person.
Find a bond with.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
person.
Like I don't want to be so focused on not being single that like I end up
Yeah.
being with someone that like we just aren't that.
Yeah,
compatible.
you're playing to win, not playing not to lose.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's yeah. That's,
Didn't sound like you agreed with me at the end.
I don't know if I would
Alright.
have used that analogy, but
alright.
sure. All right.
But you guys seem to enjoy the chase of it. What makes you enjoy the chase of it?
I'm just a lonely person.
This is
You know what? I'm one of those person that if any female shows me any like iota of attention, it's like, oh my gosh, she's the love of my life.
Dude, okay, low key,
I
I
understand.
kind of the same, you know. Like not to the same degree, but I feel like that, like my body taking over. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna marry her.
Yvonne, your fucking
get the
peanut
fuck
gallery
outta here.
talks,
You're
you need
not
to
part of
leave.
this podcast.
But I think that's very common in people who grew up with very limited female interaction. Is like the fact that someone shows you any attention, you just
Like, oh, they are into me.
you latch onto them because this is the best you're ever gonna get. This girl actually talks to you, but to the girl, it's just like, oh,
Talking to another person.
yeah,
Yeah.
normal. But
Like they're normal and you're the weird one. Is what you're
yeah,
saying?
it's not healthy.
Yeah. I could
But-
agree. That's how it is for a lot of.
You know, it is what it is.
I mean, also part of the chase is like figuring out if you actually like them. You know what I mean? Like figuring out if like you guys are compatible. So it's like two birds in one stone.
Every time we say chase, I feel like I'm fucking thinking Fast and the Furious, you know, and that's not like how.
Yeah. I mean, it's an art, honestly. Like you don't want to show that you're chasing, but you are chasing.
Ah, I see.
The chase is inside the game.
I feel like I'm playing fucking like
I'm playing a
checkers.
different
Yeah, I'm playing checkers. And Fed's over there playing like fucking
3D chess.
3D chess.
chess in a
Yeah.
mirror against himself.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Seems like different styles.
I mean, we're all single. Like,
yeah,
what the
maybe
fuck?
none of the
Don't
styles.
take our
Looks like
advice.
both of the styles suck.
Okay.
I mean, I did have some success with the game, as I'm sure you did.
With the game,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they were into you because you texted them 15 minutes late.
Well, no, it's because you want them craving more. You know, like,
Yeah, I mean, like it makes sense on paper.
yeah.
It's good in theory.
Okay, you know, I'm just gonna ask Fed.
Yeah.
You talk to a lot of fucking girls.
No, I don't. No, I don't. Look at my DMs. Look at my DMs.
Usually, usually, recently, no. Okay.
Okay.
You're.
Yeah.
You sound like
last year, bad boy.
you
Fed.
sound like an expert
No,
at
no,
the
I'm not
game.
an expert.
Okay.
I just have talked to a lot of guys about it.
So I want to ask you, what went wrong? Like, why have you not found the one? As a person, is a professional gamer chaser.
No, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
So we're in this pool.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
A pool.
Yeah, we're in a pool together.
Okay.
And we're in this like esports pool.
Yep.
And the pool is great, but I feel like the pool is so small. Like in terms, because I know, like they're all either my friends or like extended friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if I start to see one person, then it kind of feels weird to date someone else in the same pool because they can see each other and talk to each other. You know, so I need to explore outside the pool, and that's what I've been more proactive the last month.
All right. Question: dating apps, yay or nay?
Oh God, fuck, man! I've tried every single dating app: Hinge, Tinder, The League, fucking
Bumble.
the Bumble, like Bumble Friends, Bumble Business, bro.
Bumble business.
I know there's a. Okay.
No, I've never gone on a single date.
Really?
No.
Off Tinder.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Anything.
I feel like Tinder is just a glorified like let's fuck app. You know, like yeah, it's just a smash.
People can get verified on Tinder, right?
I
Can
think
they?
so.
Yeah, I've seen check marks.
Oh, what?
I think if you're verified on Tinder, you'd be like every week.
That sounds cool, but I don't want to anymore.
Fed's looking for a connection.
Yeah. Those apps are great if you want to just like fuck around, you know. I wonder how different like the apps are from like the legit like OkCupid and sites like that, and like I don't know what's that Asian one.
East meets East.
Yeah. I haven't tried those, you know, 'cause
Yeah, you haven't tried East Meets
yeah.
East.
Have you guys? Wait, can I actually?
I think there are rules. I mean,
I think you could probably.
What if I
do it.
want like to date an Asian? Like, where do I go?
Like go to Tinder and put it in your preferences.
Yeah.
There's no preferences for ethnicity.
You could put it in your fucking like profile, like at the very very front. Only Asian women, please.
Oh, that looks so weird, dude. That's
Fed, I'm
look,
just
there
saying.
are some Asian girls who love white people.
I'm aware. Are you also aware that Fed's not white?
He can
I
pass.
mean, I'm a glorified white person. I'm whitewashed.
Yeah.
But I'm,
He can
yeah.
pass.
Yeah, an Asian girl look at her and is like, yeah, he might be white.
Yeah.
That's good enough for me.
I'm actually European. I think I look European.
European.
Yeah.
European.
I don't look white. I feel like you guys think I'm white because of like my actions, but like look European.
I can see it like some kind of Greek.
Yeah.
Dutch.
In fact, you can just go to like Japan or Korea or Taiwan. There's always Asian honeys. Why do you want an Asian girl, by the way?
Wait, I never said I wanted an Asian girl.
Then why do you want to get on East Meets East so badly, huh?
No, I'm just saying. What if I wanted to?
Oh.
Like, what if I really wanted an Asian girlfriend?
Do you guys have preferences?
Race?
Yes.
I don't see colors.
Oh my god.
I love women of all sorts. I mean, I think I mean all my friends are fucking Asian at this point in here, but
Yeah, it's like the pool. I'm telling you.
I don't think I'm secretly racist.
You're
think it's-
actively racist.
It's a well-known fact. Right?
Yes.
But I think it's just like when you have more cultural background with someone, it's just easier to have conversations.
Yeah, I think that's just true for like anything you have in common with someone. Yeah, like it wouldn't be a deal break. Like race is never a deal breaker.
Yeah.
it's never. It's just like I think the more you can talk to a person, the easier it is.
Yeah, I think you just find more things in common within certain races. Like all the Asian girls we know, they all like play Maple Stories and League of Legends and like send a shit ton of emoticons when you talk to them.
Yeah.
But
I mean, even when we were talking about this before, we were just like, hey, you guys all got beat as kids, right? And everyone's like, yeah. And then it's like, imagine if they couldn't say that. It's like, well, shit, like our childhood wasn't similar, you know? What are you talking about? What are you
talking about?
You know the saying that like you always look for women that are kind of similar to your mom.
I've
Yeah,
heard
I've
of
heard
it.
of it.
Is that the
Oedipus
Oedipus? Yeah.
I've been feeling that like biologically, you know, like it's so weird.
no, guys.
Okay, let's talk about
It sounds bad, but I mean,
Any
like,
40-year-old girls out there,
I mean,
Mexican
like,
girls,
Mexican like girl my
abuelas
age, you know what I
can
mean?
come.
Oh my
You get this. I'm just saying.
You guys know what I mean, though.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
I
I
don't really get it.
Like, okay, if as an Asian boy, you know, you're kind of looking for like obviously like an Asian girl, right? Like,
Okay,
it's like it's like your you know your
Really?
mental preference,
Sure. Okay.
biologically speaking, right?
No,
I have the same. I have the same thing.
I don't know if that's. I don't know if that's true, but keep going.
I mean, that's just. I'm just asking if you guys have felt something similar to that. You know, it's not like I'm actively looking, but like, you know, sometimes I used to date like a Mexican girl, and it felt kind of nice because she had similar traits to my mom. Like she was always very clean, always very like on my ass about shit, like fucking hard.
40 years old, yell at you in
No,
Spanish.
she was my age.
Okay, no, I'm just clarified. Sorry.
I can kind of see it. Like, if I got a girlfriend, maybe I would prefer her to like be more housewifey, like more cooking and cleaning. But that's traditionally the trait of my mother, who's like a housewife. Is that what I look for? I think that would be nice to have someone like essentially take care of me on that front, so that I can focus on more work stuff versus like maybe dating someone who has their own active career. I don't know which one I would prefer. Like, do I want someone who's passive and supports me, or do I want someone who is more aggressive with their own career and it's like, you know, power couple kind of deal?
Which do you prefer?
I don't know. I think it has to be like one extreme or the other. It's
no
like,
in
so I know the
between?
dynamic.
So you can identify what you're liking. That's interesting.
What are you guys? Do you prefer a passive or like a more?
I think
I don't know,
I'm more
strong-headed
like
person?
I like someone who is at least fairly active in like their career. Not like I don't want someone who's like completely passive and like does nothing. You know, someone who has like some goals, someone who like does something.
Ambition is attractive, like straight up. Like if they're like, oh, I'm starting a company, yada yada. It doesn't matter if they fail. It's like I'm like, oh shit, that's cool. You know,
As long as they're trying to do things like in the world,
they have to have
very
interests. You know, and their main interest can't be you.
Yeah,
'Cause that's
huge.
like,
That's
Really? I don't think.
Really?
Look. I don't think someone like that is not that bad. Someone
all right. It's
whose
preference.
entire life is based around me.
You know, that is
That
preference,
is-
and you are entitled to it. That's fine.
That's okay. Yeah, you know, people have.
What's wrong with wanting someone who, you know, makes you their world?
Hey, that's fine if that's your preference,
Usually,
man.
people consider that to be like somewhat of a weird relationship because it's so. Let's talk about using the power dynamic is very,
Clingy.
very toward one direction.
Yes. But if, you know, I'm treating this individual with love and respect and taking care of them, you know, in all manners, it's also okay. I'm not trying to like trample on her rights and make her a slave.
But you thought about it.
I don't know if this is what I want, but it's like I can imagine that dynamic.
Okay, so Toast is looking for a subservient Asian girl who only thinks about him. If you're that girl, please DM him or me. I will hook you guys up.
Or I will be the middleman.
I'll be the middleman. This.
I think dating someone who's like really career driven, like for example, Pokey, someone who's like really career driven, like, and she's also very headstrong and like
Super.
super headstrong and like very aggressive when it comes to like relationships and business, probably. Well, on one hand, very impressive to have so much ambition. On the other hand, it's like you can butt heads on a lot of things.
Yeah.
So
I think it is preference going down to the person. I think, yeah, too much into the ambition. Like, if they're not caring about you at all, obviously that's an issue if it's all career.
Oh yeah. There's a balance.
Yeah, there's a balance.
how about you, Scar? What do you prefer? I feel like Scar would prefer more passive than aggressive.
I prefer ambitious.
What?
100%.
You don't want a
way.
cute little Asian girl doting on you, Scar-san?
I'm a little artist.
Whatever you guys want with your own personal lives, don't cloud my own picture of my needs, okay? I'm just saying I prefer for them to be at least a little bit ambitious. Because it's like,
Something.
yeah, it's something, you know? Okay, the best thing for me when I interact with people, I like it when they're enthusiastic about stuff. Whether it's like, hey, like whatever hobby it is or whatever job they're doing, if they can like, I don't know, talk about it, I like that a lot. I think it's nice. So,
Yeah, that's nice.
so I'm not looking for a subservient.
You guys make it sound like I
Asian
want this
woman.
individual to have no personality besides to fucking serve me.
Okay, not my words, your words. Okay.
Like she can have hobbies and like hopes
Yeah,
and
her-
dreams.
As
and
long
how-
as the main focus is me.
Her hobby is like serving you and like making you
Well,
breakfast.
if that's what makes her happy,
Yeah, what's the problem?
perfect. If it's
Wait,
bringing
you
her
know-
joy.
Do you know? Okay, I'm gonna just say it because I love her. Michelle is dating Sushi Dragon, and she quit her job because she was so in love with what he did and wanted to like super help. You know,
Okay.
and so she, she's doing that.
Yeah, that's a good
She-
example.
She's doing what Toast is explaining.
Yeah,
you
she's
know?
an individial, but it makes her happy to be very supportive of her boyfriend's career.
Yeah.
It
Now
doesn't-
you put me in a corner where I can't say you're wrong. Because I like Michelle too, and I like Sushi Drag. I'm gonna say you're right. That example seems very good.
Yeah.
Your example seemed a little
What?
bit
What
more.
example was that example?
Your general talk about it, seems a little bit different. But like if your example is Michelle, you know what? I agree. That seems great.
Yeah.
And, maybe we're just talking about very, very far edges,
man.
extremes.
Yeah.
It's hard to know what you want until you get it, and you're like,
And you
That's
decide
true.
then,
yeah. It's like, wait a
This is
second,
true.
this is not what I want.
I used to think I was really sad being in a relationship with someone because I thought to myself, I'm gonna be learning on every relationship, so I feel bad for everyone up until the very end because it's like it's
Yeah.
practice, right?
Yeah.
You learn what you want and what you're willing to give and like what you're looking for, right?
Yeah.
And then every relationship is like that. That's how I feel. So your first couple, train wreck. That's how I mean, maybe not train wreck,
Can
but,
relate.
but it was
A successful train wreck.
sure
A learning train wreck.
learning experience.
Yeah.
And then those people who can date and then marry the first person they date and then live with them for the rest of their lives. those are-
Psychopaths.
Yeah, psychopaths. Like unicorn or psychopath.
Yeah, unicorn or psychopath. That shit's nuts.
I have no idea how. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. Because then there's a problem of like, do I like this person enough to stay with them
for the rest
forever,
of your life.
or are you thinking like, what if they're only like 40% of what I need, but I'm just okay with the 40? Like, should I go to another one that could be better, or should I stay in this one that is just okay?
Yeah, I think you have to be so confident in it
Yeah.
to stay in your first relationship and not have any thoughts of, is this really like my fairy tale? Like this is my ultimate dream of who I want to be with for the rest of my life without ever knowing what it's like to
Yeah, you have
interact.
to know.
And then you also have to ask yourself, is this the best I can do realistically?
But some people, they meet someone, they're like, this makes me happy. You know, I don't need to change anything. And that's fine too. Yeah. When's the last time you guys were in a relationship?
3 years ago.
3 years.
I was in a 4-year relationship 3 years ago.
I was in a 4-year relationship 1 year ago.
I was in a 2-year relationship like 4 years ago, give or take.
Oh man,
yeah.
It's been a while for you guys.
That's
Welcome to the club.
yeah. Welcome to the club.
How do you guys live like this?
It's also so hard to meet people. I'm not gonna lie. I'm telling like
It is. Especially doing this shit.
Yeah, I've been trying to go out more recently, but it's just like,
Do you not meet people? Or do you not like the quality of people you're meeting?
Ooh.
the quality of people is good, but is it good for me?
What does that mean?
Diplomatic answer.
Like they are good people, but not
my kind of good people.
You know, I'm looking for you know,
Fed's looking for that unicorn.
He
Okay,
is.
that's
or something close.
Or maybe the people in this he's meeting just aren't that great.
I mean,
They're fine as human beings,
yeah.
but
you feel like you can do better every time.
what kind of girls are you meeting? Are they in the esports scene? They
Yeah.
understand the space.
Yeah, sure. More or
And
less.
you- and you talk
to
to them, and you know what's missing. Are they like, oh, you're a streamer? That's cool. I play League of Legends.
I mean, to be honest, I think like usually when you see someone, there's like an initial like attraction, right? Like you see someone, oh, she's so cute. Like I haven't like thought that.
So they're not cute.
Oh.
That's the problem.
No. I mean, they're cute in
that's
their
a
own
problem.
right, but not to me, you know. And then and then I'm like, okay, maybe I'll get to know them, talk to them. Wow, these conversations are really
Dry?
Dry. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
They don't stimulate your brain.
No, it's just like party, but it's like, okay.
Yeah, a lot of girls in the scene are like that. They kind of just
Yeah.
some girls just kind of coast through their young adulthood.
Yeah.
You know, playing video games nonstop without learning how to hold a conversation or like.
Are you talking about girls or guys?
Oh, guys too. Like like esports guys,
All right.
they just
Are
say
you-
the dumbest shit.
Are you talking about me? Are you looking at me? You're
No,
looking
Scar,
at
you're
me.
one of the most mature like,
I've-
esports people raised in the scene. But it took years for you to develop that, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Are you saying you're not like that, or are you still like that?
I don't know, man. I have no idea. I feel like, maybe I always feel like people are awkward. Like every time I talk to people who are like new in like any of the new league players, it's like really awkward. But then maybe it's like everyone's just awkward, and I was that awkward too before. So I don't know.
No, man. A lot of these. So we've been playing with challenger players in League of Legends a lot, just through normals because it's fun. But like a lot of them, they just start playing League like 6 years ago. So when they're like 13 years old, and now they're 18, and all their social skills are from League of Legends.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like the challenger ladder, and they say like
Some dumb shit.
some dumb shit, and the way they talk, it's like very. They're not trying to be rude, but it kind of just lacks
It
like,
just comes off.
social
Awareness.
awareness. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
I feel that sometimes, especially when I'm hanging around, like even Yvonne's friends sometimes.
Then it's difficult to date outside of the scene though, because you don't have that much in common, and you're always around these people. You know what I mean? It's harder to date outside.
Would you? For me, I would prefer to date someone who knows who I am.
Oh, I've learned a lot today.
Well, I mean,
I
wait, you,
kinda
like knows who you
understand.
are before they date you,
Yes.
Okay.
So that they know.
so they wouldn't want to date Normie.
I guess for me, I'm just insecure in myself as a person that I want them to know who I am, so
Is
that
that-
I can go into it with some level of confidence,
I see.
as opposed to like
What
just some guy.
What if like they don't know you and like you play it off, you know, you're already like killing it, and then they get to know
Oh,
you.
that's a win-win situation.
Yeah.
Never gonna happen.
Oh, maybe.
But like, I just feel like if you go in, like,
just have a wingman, dude. Yeah, you know who he is?
No, no,
He's
the-
fucking disguised toast.
I mean, that's kind of achieving the same thing where you like make her aware that you're somebody.
Yeah.
I get what you mean, like why you would want to do that. I think I'd be afraid that like they're only interested in me because of this. You know?
That's okay.
I suppose it is.
Oh my
Not a problem.
Some people.
Oh my god.
Holy shit! Man.
I'm learning a lot about our differences today. Me and Fed and Toast have a lot of differences.
Look, I don't need. Look, here's the thing. It's not like.
It's for the confidence sake. It's not.
Yeah, it's for the
Yeah, it's not for like. The
I agree with that
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
That
you
is
want to
that
have
is
confidence
reasonable.
going in.
I see.
Yeah, I get it.
There was a girl who I was talking to at GOM the other day,
And she knew Discuss Toast.
and she, and I don't think she knew who I was, but I thought she did.
Oh my god.
So I was very confident, like as you
nice.
say it. But
Just
I don't,
assume everyone always knows who you are.
but then I actually figured out the other day that she didn't know who I was. So
How'd you figure that out? Did you ask her? Oh, by the way, you watching my stream?
no. I just cause one of her friends like says, oh, she knows nothing about streaming. Like she knows nothing about like the space.
Wait, I thought you weren't
But she-
talking to anyone recently.
No, but I was talking to someone at the bar, like just like someone I met.
Okay.
It was a random.
But was it like an esportish event?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Now imagine if she did knew who you were. Things would have gone differently, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I did find out she was like maybe talking to someone else. So yeah.
Unlucky.
Fed, you're better than that person she's talking to. That's what
maybe,
you gotta
maybe.
believe.
I kind of like him though.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
fuck
you
that
know
guy.
this guy.
Oh, you know that guy? Okay, never mind.
That guy's cool.
yeah, if you're friends with him, never mind, dude.
How about Scar? Where do you meet girls?
Honestly, a lot of them end up messaging me, and then sometimes it'll be something interesting, and I'll talk to them for a while.
See, it's
Scar,
'cause
you
you're-
get DMs?
Yeah.
Shit, I wish I got DMs. Goddamn.
Is it DMs? Is this through Twitter?
Usually it's
Check my DMs.
Do you check your
man.
Instagram?
actually through Instagram. Surprisingly
I
enough.
get most DMs through Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, also my Twitter DMs are closed. So
Oh, I
that,
mean,
that,
that
would,
makes
that would
sense.
make sense.
You guys want to share Instagram DMs?
Okay.
No, it's funny.
No.
I have a assistant. I don't check my Instagram DMs, but I know a couple of days ago she messaged me and said, "Hey Toast, I'm not sure if you care, but you got some people hollering at you in your DMs."
What a good PA.
Wait, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Alright.
God damn it.
Sorry, we're just checking our.
Everyone's
really
got to
gonna check on
offer
that?
up one Instagram DM.
I had some fun
I'll be honest, I
ones.
only got.
I have nothing.
I got like two.
A lot of mines are just like alternate accounts for Pokey.
That's
Oh my God.
Same, actually. Like Pokey fan,
Yeah.
I got that one.
Yeah.
I haven't checked these in a minute.
And most of these fucking girls like don't even. Oh, Kari. I know Kari.
No, I mean most of the times it's just like most of the times it's just nice messages. Like
Is
Yeah.
Kari
Yeah,
like
that's
DMs?
how they